What is up, everybody? Welcome to Pop Culture Philosophers. Welcome to Rockin Robbie Live. In fact, it's time for the final Rockin Robbie Live of 2021. Station, everybody. Welcome to the show where we hang around on a Sunday night, talk about movies, comics, pop culture, and a whole lot more. Here's what we have to look forward to tonight. We'll be talking about our favorite comic books of last week. We'll be looking ahead at what's coming up in shops this week, including the DC sneak peek. We will be doing a spoiler review of Spider-Man No Way Home at the beginning of Hour 2. Or in the middle of Hour 2. I don't know, somewhere around Hour 2. Then we're going to be shooting straight, asking the question, is Hawkeye great? Talking about the latest episode of Hawkeye in spoilery fashion, so we're going to have a segment of spoilers there. Then we're going to have an episode of Marvel in the 90s. That's always fun. A holiday-themed one. Then we're going to be talking about the next Kung Fu movie on my Hong Kong cinema journey, directed by Bullseye Bob. This is going to be The Mystery of Chess Boxing. That's really exciting. I'm going to reveal the lineup for the first 2 months of PCP Movie Night. Then we got Show and Tell, and there's a whole lot more because even though we got plans, this show is driven, fueled, if you will, by your questions, your thoughts, your comments, and your concerns. I do want to say real quick, join the PCP Army. It's the official Pop Culture Philosophers Facebook group, and if you're on Facebook, you might as well follow Pop Culture Philosophers there and on Instagram. And, of course, you can follow me on Twitter at @TheRockinRobbie. You can check us out at popculturephilosophers.com. Links to all those and merch and everything else in the description below. And you can support the channel at patreon.com/PCP. Or you can drop a super chat tonight, which will trigger a Joker video. And y'all, we're retiring the Hellboy song tonight, allegedly. We're semi-retiring. We're Jay-Z retiring. We're Michael Jordan retiring the Hellboy song tonight. And we got a super chat already from D-Mets. Says, start this party off right. Thanks for all your content. Thank you, D-Mets, for being here. And thank you for setting up the Elliot Rahal interview. That was one of my favorite conversations. So yeah, let's get it started, y'all. Hey, well, let me tell you about this little man I know. His name is Hellboy. He was sent to the earth some long time ago to save and or destroy. Brought to this earth by Rasputin, son of a demon and a nun who had sex with the demon, but was raised by Professor Broom. Now he fights evil and monsters. Shit. And he fights with a man who's a fish named Abe. Now he fights with a fire starter named Liz. And an ectoplasmic mess named Johan. PPLD. Thank you so much for the super chat, D-Mets. We really do appreciate it. All the super chats tonight are going to fund our booth at the, sixth or seventh annual Huntsville Comic and Pop Culture Expo. We got Kevin Eastman there this year. Holy cow. PCP's been there every year selling mystery boxes. We're going to be there again. The bill is due. The bill is due. So every super chat goes to that tonight. We really appreciate the support, everybody. Like we said, this show is driven, fueled, if you will, by your questions, your thoughts, your comments, and your concerns. If you're in here, give us a station, shout it out, say what's up, and real quick, just want to say, once again, the Blame Fable Tonight Show on Instagram, which I am the official after party for. was absolutely fantastic again today. They talked about The Nightmare Before Christmas. They talked a little bit about Spider-Man. Only 25% of the panel had seen the damn movie. Anyway, we got CMA Thunder in here. Speaking on Red Room, he says, we have enough of man's inhumanity to man in our day-to-day lives. Certainly don't need a reminder in my escapism. Fair enough, 100% right for you. And yeah, Red Room's not the book for you then. Obviously, I like it. I put it on my top 10. But I know that Red Room is definitely one of those comics that's not for everybody. By the way, we didn't have the official Teen Dogs intro or nothing like that because I guess that intro's on the old computer and I have to dig that out and pull that out again or recreate it. But it's Teen Dog Shades night. These are the official Teen Dog Shades. So, haven't done one of these. It's Teen Dog Shades Christmas. Merry Christmas, you filthy animals. We got Perry in the house. What's up, my man? Eating some Taco Bell. I had some Taco Bell last night, man. Crunchwrap Supreme. Added jalapenos. Really good. Really good stuff. What's up, Mark from Geeks Unleashed? Of course, we got D-Mets in the house. We get Albert in the house. What's up, Albert? What's up, Comic Book Jackpot? Retiring Comic Book Toby, it seems. Hell yeah. What's up, Evil Face Bad? What's up, Kevin F? Getting a Stevie Wonder vibe. Nah, it's a Teen Dogs vibe, man. Similar, though, to be honest. What's up, Dave's Collection? What's up, JT? What's up, Cerebros? Trade Paper Dad. What's up, bruh? What's up, Eric? Hell yeah, look at all these people. All these people in here. What's up, Manny? Station. Had some great shows over the weekend. We wrapped up 2021's PCP Movie Nights and Dylan's Horror Show over the weekend. Had a great finale for PCP Movie Night with Scrooged, a really great look into that film. And then over at Dylan's Horror Show with a look at Better Watch Out, which turned out to be one of the best movies that was new to me that I watched this year. So we don't have much coming up this week, obviously, because there's all that stuff. But of course, you can catch me over at the EXP tomorrow, where we do the Dynamite show. You can also, of course, visit dynamicforces.com and enter Robbie at your cart to receive 10% off. But Thursday is Festivus, so please join us Thursday night, 8 p.m. Central Time, for our Festivus stream. We will be airing our grievances, sharing our feats of strength, and then, of course, talking about our favorite pop culture stuff of the year. And don't forget, we got a PCP Movie Night 2022 reveal. The first 2 months revealed tonight. So how's everybody doing? Hey, Big Herm's in the house. Great show, bro. Favorite superhero, Critic Clips wants to know. Favorite superhero. Reed Richards, Aquaman, The Thing, Blade, War Machine's up there. Let's see. Green Ranger, do you count him? Buffy the Vampire Slayer, do you count her? I do. Let's do it. What else? Zatanna, okay. Where else? Where else we at? What we got? Let's see. Let's dig deep. Night Thrasher. Night Thrasher. I would say that I could easily list more villains that I really like over the heroes, but those are my favorites right there. Scarlet Spider, like 90s Scarlet Spider. Let's just say that. By the way, Teen Dog Shades means there's like no holds barred. We can talk about whatever you want to talk about tonight. I'm excited. But yeah, JT, Better Watch Out was freaking dope. No, I didn't get diarrhea. I'm accustomed to Taco Bell. Yeah. Hey, thank you, man. He loves the Dynamite show. Me too, man. That show's great. I love hanging out with Rex and John, talking about spam. Seriously. Jamie came over tonight, and I was like, well, I got some eggs and spam. If we need dinner later. Oh, yeah, that's right. Trade Paper Dad, thank you for reminding me. How about them Cowboys? How about that Cowboys defense? Holy cow. How about that Cowboys defense winning us a game yet again, y'all? Winning us a game yet again. Oh, my goodness. How about them Cowboys? 10-4, baby. 10-4. And Arizona lost. That's nice. Always appreciate that. What's up, R. Ariaga? How about them Cowboys? Is Toxic Avenger your favorite superhero, Kevin F? If so, that's awesome. I love Toxie. I got the Toxie from Toxic Crusaders, which obviously is the animated show in the toy line, different than the actual movie, but inspired by, obviously, you know. TMNT Christmas cover you got? Nah, I don't collect TMNT comics. Just vintage TMNT toys. Hey man, Giants may be a mess, but I'm 10-4, and I'm trying to be happy this holiday season. So there you go. Yeah, I'm not 100% comfortable with the defense. With the offense right now, but I am loving my defense 100%. And I was excited by some of the stuff I saw from Pollard and maybe a little bit of Zeke today, but obviously it was the Giants. But, never discount a team that you think you can roll past, especially when it's a divisional game, right? Trade Paper Dad says, gonna see Spidey tomorrow, can't wait. Yeah, dude. It's definitely worth checking out. Yeah, JT, I heard that the Pats sucked last night. I didn't watch the game, though. I was doing the Dylan Horror Show, right? But really cool. By the way, I am so freaking proud of Dylan for actually doing a year of consistent, YouTube entertainment. He dedicated himself to the horror show. That was what he wanted to do, and he's done it. He's only missed the occasional couple weeks when, we were taking a break intentionally or something like that. But we need to go back and look at the number because I want him to really be able to celebrate his 100th. But, holy cow. How, I almost said surprised, but how proud of Dylan are we, everybody? Station to Dylan. Station. Oh, these are more than sunglasses, Alex. They're Teen Dog shades. I'm seeing all kinds of things tonight, man. Gonna see all kinds of things. Verno dropped a Spider-Man video today. I didn't get to check it out yet, though. But I think he was reviewing the movie and ranking all of the films. See, I'm the lame-o who did my Spider-Man ranking before the movie came out so that I could put Spider-Man 3 in it. The list has changed now, I'll tell you that. We'll get into my Spider-Man thoughts in a little bit, and we'll talk spoilers, but that's going to be in a little bit. But first, we got to start with the first 6. Bueller and Bob on the Coffee and Comic Show in the morning, tomorrow morning. They do the first 5. We do the first 6. So we're doing the Blu-ray collection. We ended up with Hatchet 2 last week. So here we go. There's my copy of Hatchet 3, autographed by Adam Green, the writer of the film. He didn't direct this one, but he did direct the next film, which is Victor Crowley. And he signed that one as well. So there's my Victor Crowley signed. Then we got His Name Was. How appropriate. We're retiring the Hellboy song tonight. And we come up in the first 6 on His Name Was Hellboy. Love that movie, man. You know what else I love? Hellboy 2, The Golden Army. And look, y'all, got the slip. What's cooler than having the slip? It's Mike Mignola turning into Ron Perlman. Lenticular. What the hell is going on? How cool is that fucking slip? That might be the coolest slip I fucking have, y'all. And it actually shows up really well on camera. I'm surprised about that. Then we got this movie called Ghastlies. I bought this on Hamilton for $4. I don't know. I've never seen this. I have no idea if it's supposed to be even good. But I don't actually own Ghoulies anymore. So this is the closest I got. It's hey mom, let's go see Ghoulies. Now we got Ghoulies at home. Ghoulies at home, Ghastlies. And then we said, if it's a set, if they're individually cased, they count as individual movies. So my Hellraiser set, but there's Hellraiser 1, one of my favorites. Love this damn movie. We covered it along with all of its sequels. All of them. From good to shitty at the beginning of Horror Fest this year. So that was the first 6. Mark says, I love the Hellboy movies 1 and 2, not the reboot. Yeah, I don't like the reboot of Hellboy either. I don't like the one with David Harbour. Just did not work for me. Mark and Jasmine dropped a No Way Home video too. Dope. Yeah, that's right. Y'all went through the whole batch. Y'all rewatched the Andrew Garfield ones, man. You know, I did that, I think I did that when it was either Far From Home or Homecoming. One of those was about to come out, so we went through all the Spider-Man movies, and I was like, I do not want to go through those Andrew Garfield ones ever again, man. JT says that slip ain't no joke. Yeah, that's definitely the best slip. Oh, trade paper, Dad. I love Trolls 2. I used to have a DVD double feature of Troll and Troll 2. And Troll 2 is fucking so bad, but it's so weird. Like, they turn people into vegetables and then fucking eat them. Like, that's a wild-ass movie. It's one of those, really bad movies that's, really fun. And great to watch, when you're drinking with your homies. You know what I'm saying? A frozen milkshake. Hell yeah, bro. Haven't seen the Hellboy films since they came out. Due for a rewatch. You are 100% right, Verno. 100%. What's up, Kaiser Jose? Hey, what's up, Ron? We got Ron in the house. How you doing, my man? I hope you get to join us for the show tomorrow night. Ron's always up there in the chats, getting some great deals from Dynamic Forces on the show over at The Experience. Link in the description below. Evil Face Bad says The Green Knight was good. Yeah, we'll be talking about our favorite movies, TV shows. I don't think we're going to do a music bit this year. None of us pay attention to modern music, man. John will just say whatever the newest Weezer Scandal album is. By the way, got to remind you, visit dynamicforces.com, enter Robbie at your cart, you receive 10% off. They do really great stuff there, and they got great deals there, but they'll even have better deals tomorrow night, so join us. But The Green Knight, definitely on the list of contention for my personal favorite movies. But I do want to say that join us for that Festivus stream. That's the damn one I was looking for. Join us for Festivus. 4th annual Festivus stream, 8 p.m. Central Time. That's going to be Thursday night. Airing our grievances, showing feats of strength. That's show and tell. We're basically doing top 5 show and tell objects of the year that you picked up, whatever they may be. And then y'all get to vote who penned who. And that's how the only way Festivus can end. But we're also going to be talking about our favorite movies, comics, TV shows, and shit like that of the year. I'm very excited for that show. Eric says, Green Knight is top 5 for sure. Right now, it's to me personally, it's between Dune, Green Knight. Yeah, that's all I got. That's all I got, honestly, for best of the year. Andrew Garfield in different hands would have been different movies. You're right, Mark. But the movie we got is the movie we got. And I never really want to ever watch those again. And I won't say it. I'll say it later. What are the next horror and martial arts movies to review? Well, the next horror film that we're doing for PCP Movie Night will not be until March, when we do March Madness. I'm not ready to announce those yet, though we do know what they are. But tonight we will be announcing the January and February lineup of PCP Movie Night. But as far as the most immediate horror film to be reviewed will 100% be The People Under the Stairs. And that starts 2022 off with a bang over at Dylan's Horror Show, January 1st. So we're doing People Under the Stairs. And then as far as martial arts films, I don't know what's next for me. Bob will let me know. But tonight, it's The Mystery of Chess Boxing. So, there you go. For Festivus, do you get the pole out of the crawl space? Nah, I get it out of the closet. It's in the living room closet. But I got to get it and set it up. It's an actual aluminum pole I took from a construction site last year. We used to kayfabe the pole, basically, with my Aquaman Trident. In the first year, I don't think we had a pole. And then we did the Aquaman Trident. And then I actually got a fucking pole. So. Hey, there's a good question from Alex. Hey, Robbie, how come you don't review Star Wars comics? I mean, no offense to the people that like Star Wars comics, but it's because I don't like them. I try them. When new ones start, I'll try to jump in. But I am not the biggest Star Wars comic fan, and to be honest, with licensed material for a lot of your prior enjoyment means a lot, right? Like books like say Power Rangers or Star Trek books are going to hit me differently than someone who's not into those properties to begin with. And I do like Star Wars, but I'm not like the hugest Star Wars fan. And there have been times where I have very much covered Star Wars content. When Jason Aaron was doing his run, I really liked that for a long time. I covered it. I covered the entirety of the Karen Gillan Darth Vader run, but I started falling out of it, and now they're doing all those minis, like those crossovers. They just did Ward the Bounty Hunters. They're going right into Crimson Reign, and it's a big world to jump into if your interest level in the current iteration of it is low. And that's what it is for me. It's just like me personally, I'm just not digging it as much. Mike says, "Oh, sir, did you say we're skipping music?" No, we won't skip music, but not everybody has to be burdened. Like, I don't know, for instance, Mike won't have a best comic book of the year because he didn't read enough comics to really accurately say it. I can't really say I have a best album of the year because I didn't really listen to any new music this year. You know what I'm saying? So I'm getting more and more out of touch, it seems. But that's why I don't read Star Wars comics. Basically, the simple answer is I'm just not digging them. Rockin Robbie Williams. I wish. Robbie Williams is hot. Kevin says Disney ruined Star Wars. I got to get the jump on People Under the Stairs for Dylan's show. Yeah, that's a good movie. Great movie. Mystery is a classic, very Wu-Tang. Yeah. Imagine my surprise when I'm watching this movie and then someone's like, "Oh, it's the Ghostface Killer." And I'm like, I understood that reference. 30 years later. What's up, 62 Lefty Blues? I mean, helping The Rock buy WWE, he wouldn't need my help, man. He wouldn't need my help. So what is up, everybody? All right, what's our first bit here? All right, talk about our favorite books of last week. All right, this is the part of the show where we look backwards and we look at the comic books that came out last week. In fact, I want to know, what was your favorite comic book of last week? In fact, what was your pick of the week? My pick of the week was May's book, issue number 4. I don't have it because I'm not buying that one. But that book was amazing. There are some really good books out this week. Primordial, almost was there. There's a lot of good stuff. But for me, May's book, holy cow, I'm a huge Jeff Lemire fan. And I know a lot of people are like, everybody's sleeping on Black Hammer. You're right, man. I have covered a lot of Black Hammer, okay? And I just kind of dipped out of it for a minute, but I do need to get caught up on Black Hammer, right? But what happened was we kept getting all these diamond shortages, and so I would have to do the weekly review with digital copies, and I don't have access to digital copies of Dark Horse books, right? The ones I get as a retailer are done way in advance, and at the time of release, they're no longer valid. I've tried to use the links and they just don't work, right? Anyway, that being said, I fell out of some of the Black Hammer stuff. But Jeff Lemire, when he's writing and drawing himself, I always need to pay attention to those books, right? Trillium comes to mind. A lot of people fans of Sweet Tooth. I've never read it. It's definitely something on my list where it's on my backlog. What's a backlog, bro? It's on my backlog. But see, even Rockin Robbie has a backlog, yo. You can't read a lot of comics and try to stay caught up and not have a backlog. But yeah, need to check that one out. But when he's doing something like Royal City's one of my favorites. So May's book is about a dude who, right, Verno? It's about a dude who lost his daughter from cancer years ago. It's a really kind of melancholical book. It's really kind of sad and kind of depressing, but it does have this tinge of hope, but I feel like it's almost a misplaced hope, but there's going to be a lesson to be learned. But the dad, he lost his wife after that. She didn't die, but she left him. He's been sunk in this spiraling sink of depression and despair. and hopelessness, and he now has some hope, but maybe it's a misguided hope. But he gets a phone call one night, and it sounds like it's his daughter. And she loved mazes, and he somehow realizes that this one maze that she never finished, or did finish, I don't remember that part, but it connects to like the neighborhood they live in, and now he's trying to find, and then it goes into this other world. There's a talking dog. Maze book is brilliant. It's really good. It's an exploration of despair and what it's like to lose yourself, and how that relates to going through your own maze, your own labyrinth, if you will. And the ending of this book, a maze book to me, to be honest with you. And forgive me for that pun, because that was bad for a serious book. But maze book was my pick of the week. Really good, solid stuff this week. But that one stood a little bit of a hair above, because it really dealt with some human emotions in a really interesting way. And the way that the story was told, which was through a maze, and you would follow the connection. So the panel design was like following a path through the pages. And it was pretty interesting, an interesting technique, but it actually worked also to its maximum effort. So what did y'all think of Maze Book number 4? And what was your pick of the week? Seriously, I want to know. Let me go back and see what's up. Mike's like, I read enough for Comic of the Year. Okay, brother. I listened to enough too then. Albert says Ghostface is the best MC in Wu-Tang, in his opinion, that is. Jizza a close second. Okay. Kaiser Jose says Odin's Eye. That's a bad idea book, right? I haven't read any of those. Manny says Hulk issue number 2. Just kidding. Mace book for the win. Bruh, I don't know, man. Some people like Hulk, man. I am not feeling Hulk right now, man. But Maze book's great. Trade Paper Dad says, I tried to get Odin's Eye, but my LCS sold out. Eric says, Newburn and Maze book were fantastic. Newburn was really good. I like that one. Alex says, Primordial has been killing it, so probably that. But Out by AWA is also pretty damn good. See, I jumped out of that after the first issue. Maybe I should have gone back. Comic Book Jackpot picked X-Force. Albert says, I've been watching all the reviews since you started, and you used to be really into Black Hammer. You picked Black Hammer, Age of Doom, issue 5 as your pick of the week. Yes. I also put Black Hammer as one of my top 10 comics of the year, one of the years. Mark says, Sweet Tooth for Comics Revisited. How can I do an episode of Comics Revisited? It's revisited. It's not Comics Visited. I'd have to have... Now, there are people, panelists have been on Comics Revisited where they've never read the book before. But every single one of those is ones I've done. So, but that's a good one. Maybe we should do a Sweet Tooth Revisited. When's season 2 start? Let's time it. Let's time it out. No, Randy, I have not been keeping up with Oblivion Song. 62 says, Crimson Cage was fun. Yeah, that was my pick of the week before. Fan-freaking-tastic. Trade Paper Dag said, got Coffin Bound 1 through 8 out of the $1 bin. Bruh, you got a really good deal on that one. $62 Lefty Blue says, regarding Oswald's body. Wow, I didn't really dig on that one, man. Glad you're liking it. JT says, I chose bi-weekly shipping, so I'm on a delay. By the Horns 8 was pretty solid too. Yeah, I read it. I covered it the week before. I covered it a week early. I didn't have the right release date for that one. Dude, the team behind that book has been really appreciative of the support here from me and the PCP Army. So y'all give them some love when you're out there in your social medias, man, because they keep giving us love. Reverse Amoeba says, Kingspawn, Maze Book, and Primordial were all great. Really dug Strange Academy too. Yes, I agree with all of those. That Kingspawn, that was the best issue of Kingspawn yet to me. And I've been enjoying King Spawn. And out of the 3 ongoing Spawn books that we have right now, King Spawn's my favorite. Like, I'm loving the shit out of it, man. Omar says, really liked Robin and Batman #2. Same. That was probably my #2 book of the week. Manny says, Robin and Batman was great. Dominic says, I'm digging Hulk. I think he's going for a multiverse book. This is not 616 Banner Hulk. Interesting. You don't think it's our Hulk. You think he's eventually going to crash into the 616 universe. If that happens, wow, that would be interesting, I guess. I just don't like the Starship Hulk thing. I think it's so fucking stupid. I don't know, man. I think it's stupid, but maybe if I was a kid, I would really like it. You know what I'm saying? Like, if that was a 90s comic, I'd really like it. So I appreciate it for the most part. I was talking to Jim this week. He said, I'm not digging the concept either, but at least it's not boring. Yeah, exactly. At least it's not boring. Like, 100%. I'm not just saying that to troll or be fun. Like, it's not a boring comic. Whether you like it or whether you don't, it's not boring. It doesn't take you forever. Okay, so we got Mark and Manny already for Comics Revisited Sweet Tooth. We'll have to pencil that in. Randy says, I haven't had time to read my weekly books, besides Walking Dead Deluxe, which is always my pick of the week. All right. William says, picked up the first modern appearance of the Golden Age Black Widow for #2, sleeper character. Okay. King Spawn is the best out of the 3, says Travis. What's up, Trav? Station, my man. How are you doing? I agree. Trade Paper Dad's already dropped Hulk. Okay. There you go. Good to see so many people here for the final Rockin Robbie Live of the year. Interested to see what you think of the new Jock Batman book? Well, that's going to come up in the next segment. Not the next segment, but the next block, let's say, after the break. I have thoughts on it. All right, it's Teen Dog Shades night, so I want to get into just a little bit of something here. We are at Christmas time, so Merry Christmas, you filthy animals. We've already had Hanukkah and all that kind of stuff. We'll be talking about a Hanukkah story that's in a Marvel comic later. Starring Doc Samson. Really cool bit, written by Peter David, apparently inspired by an actual story from when he was in Hebrew school. 2,000 no prize points to anybody who knows what comic we're going to be talking about based on that description. But anyway, it's Teen Dog Shades night, so I want to mention this. The meaning of Christmas. All right. So the meaning of Christmas takes on so many different shades for so many different people, right? And let us never forget the reason for the season, right? That's a common thing that you hear. But for the most part, through all traditions, the idea of the holiday season is about being thankful and grateful. It's about giving. It's about being gracious. It's about connection. It's about friendship. It's about family. It's about remembering the year that's been and preparing for a better, more joyous year ahead. Why? Well, there's all kinds of reasons. But the ultimate reason, if you go back far enough, is the celebration of the winter solstice. And so, whether it's Yule, whether it's Christmas, whether it's this or that, a lot of these festivals, holidays, rituals occur during this time of the year. And it's basically, let's go to the sun analogy, right? So the sun during the winter solstice, that is the longest night of the year. So you could literally say it is the death of the sun, right? So the death of the sun on January 21st, 22nd, whatever it is, right? And then the sun kind of sets at the same point on the horizon for 3 days, and then it starts moving back towards the direction where it's going to start becoming longer, right? So the longest night of the year is the winter solstice. And then after that, we start having the sun becoming more and more slowly alive. So we basically have the sun dying, laying dead for 3 days, and then resurrecting slowly until it hits the equinox, the point where it's about to achieve victory around Easter time usually. Think about that. And then it conquers its death and now becomes victorious, and the sun in victory thus celebrated on the summer solstice. So if the sun is in victory in June 21st, 22nd, the opposite era, which is the December solstice, the winter solstice, that's when the sun is in defeat. And so that so many things that get tied in together from communities that they, as an agricultural society that we were for a long time, we were very in tune with the patterns of the sky and the seasons and the rhythm of life. And what I love about Christmas, and for me, very importantly, about Christmas in particular, is it is a reminder to me of the rhythmic nature of reality. And I'm talking about the stars in the sky. I'm talking, which is the sun, obviously. I'm talking about the seasons here on Earth. I'm talking about the seasons of our lives. Things go down, they go up. They go down, they go up. There's this pattern. It's a cyclical pattern that is in the cosmos, is in the earth, and is in us. And I just did not want a Teen Dog Shades Christmas to pass before I wanted to remind everybody to take a look at their rhythm. And during this Christmas holiday, during this holiday week, take time to think about where you've been and realize that this is a time now to kind of pause, settle, reflect, and enjoy, and then make a bold, daring vision of a fan-fucking-tastic 2022, y'all. That's what I wanted to say tonight. In particular about Christmas, so happy holidays, y'all. Merry Christmas. And if you look at my analogy of the sun and the solstice and its resurrection and the reflection, and you can take that and apply it to so many different perspectives and paradigms. You could read the Death of Superman this year. You know what I'm saying? You could read Man of Steel and the Death of Superman and get the vibe. You could read your Bibles, your Gospels. You could read the story of the Christ, and you can dig into it. You could dig into some other sacrificial solar gods. You could go into the Horus Osiris story. You could go into so many other aspects of human experience. And we all celebrate this time of the year for a very good reason, pretty much. Not all of us, but you get what I'm saying. Chamorro says, tickle the like button. That would be great if everybody would do that. The Son of God or the Son of God? Exactly, Trade Paper Dad. That's up to you. "62 Lefty Blues right here with from the equator, the Southern Cross in the sky dips the lowest on 12/22, stays there for 3 days and starts rising again above the horizon and days starting getting longer again. Exactly. Wait, what's up, Lost in Comics? I had a great time chilling with Lost in Comics for the first time on Thursday night for their Best of 2021 nomination board, and I had to show some love for By the Horns, and we all three picked Mini Desolate Lestar for our book of the year. So I hope you go there and vote. Their links are on their Twitter and their Instagram. Really fun show, man. I gotta get on that show again soon. I gotta have them on this show too. Good to see you, bro. That was a fun show. The earth is flat. Fair enough. Where does my boy Krampus come in and he eats the kids, though? Well, because the darkest day of the night is actually the scariest night of the year, right? And so, the Christmas is the moment where we realize that the sun is starting to come back, right? That's what the 25th in particular is about, right? talking about how the sun stays below the horizon there or whatever, or the Southern Cross down there. I didn't know about that, about the Southern Cross. But I know that the sun will dip down and there's a certain point in the sky before it continues, it inverts its path and the days get longer, but it kind of stays in somewhat the same place for 3-ish days, something like that. Religion is built off of light and dark, day and night, solstice and equinoxes. Absolutely, I agree. I think spirituality is based on that. It's about as above, so below means recognizing patterns. That's all it is. Recognizing patterns and then understanding the rhythm of life, says Ganja Bar's medium. Yeah, let's make 2022 a great year. Hell yeah. Ron says, I feel you, Robbie. Hell yeah, bro. All right, well, we looked at what was our favorite comic books of last week. Let's look ahead at what's coming up in shops this week. All right, from Image Comics, first of all, we got Deep Beyond number 11, the penultimate issue, Gunslinger Spawn issue number 3, Sweet Paprika issue number 6. That's the halfway, that's a 12-issue series? I did not realize that was 12 issues. That's crazy. Wow. Okay. I love that book, though. Let's do it. Radiant Black issue number 11. Righteous Thirst for Vengeance number 3. That Texas Blood number 13. Time Before Time number 8. That's from Image. From Dark Horse, we have Black Hammer Reborn issue number 7. What else we got? Hellboy Silver Lantern Club issue number 3. I think I'm just going to drop that one. Joy Operations number 2. I didn't like the first issue, man. It's going to be a struggle to pick up that next one. Stranger Things, Tomb of Yibwen, number 4. From IDW. We have Marvel Action, Captain Marvel. That's a trade paperback, Ghost in the Machine. What else we got here? My Little Pony, Generations, issue number 3. Sorry, my shit dropped. Okay, let's go. Transformers, Beast Wars, number 11, Sonic the Hedgehog, number 47, and Transformers Shattered Glass, number 5, the final issue. From Marvel Comics, we have Amazing Spider-Man, number 82, Avengers, number 51, Avengers Forever, number 1. We'll see. Avengers Tech On, number 5, the penultimate issue, Black Panther, issue number 2, great Alex Ross cover there. Fantastic Alex Ross cover. Darkhold Spider-Man number 1. That's a one-shot comic by our friend Alex Pagnadell. Definitely go check that out, y'all. Hawkeye Kate Bishop issue number 2. Iron Man 15. Kang the Conqueror, the final issue, issue number 5. King Conan number 1. That's from Jason Aaron, Mahmoud Asrar. Lots of covers. Miss Marvel Beyond Limit issue number 1 of a miniseries. Moon Knight number 6. Nice. Phoenix Song Echo, issue number 3. Star Wars Darth Vader, number 19. Star Wars High Republic Trail of Shadows, issue number 3. Sword, number 11. Venom, number 3. Wastelanders Hawkeye, issue number 1. X-Men Trial of Magneto, number 5. That's the final issue. And Wolverine, number 19. From Dynamite, our friends at Dynamite, what do we got? We got Army of Darkness 1979, number 4. Barbarella, number 5. Dynamite Lives, number 5. What else? Lots of variants. I got to get through some of these. Yeah, lots of new covers from Dynamite there. Yeah, that looks like that's what we got. All right, from Boom Studios, we got Ether Rich number 5, House of Slaughter number 3, Maw number 4. There you go. Let's see if we got anything else from some smaller publishers. A Knight's Vengeance number 1 from Scout Comics. We got the Barbaric hardcover, Volume 1, out this week. A hardcover for only $16.99. Definitely going to be worth it. Black Beacon, number 4. Bountiful Garden, number 4. Chicken Devil, number 3. I picked the wrong list to go through. Impossible Jones, issue number 2. I'm digging that book. Carl Kiesel. Have fun with it. Porcelain number 5. No Holds Barred number 1 from Behemoth. Octobriana with Love number 1 from Dead Good Comics. Okay. Savage Circus number 7, second place number 1. Just going to be skipping through some of these. Let's see. Fright Night. Oh, we're finally getting the Fright Night number 1. Allegedly based on Tom Holland's sequel or something. I hope so. I'm excited to check that out. So, looks like it's a decent week of comics. Of course, DC has some books out. I've already read them. When we get back from break, we're going to be talking about them in the DC Sneak Peek. So, we'll be right back, y'all. But I really want to know one question. As we're on this break, reflect on the year and look ahead. But I want to know, who do you think is the best comic book publisher of the year? Who's the best comic book publisher of 2021? We'll be right back here on Rockin Robbie Live. Welcome back to Pop Culture Philosophers. Welcome back to Rockin Robbie Live. Here, the final Rockin Robbie Live of the year. Station, everybody. Merry Christmas, you filthy animals. Join the PCP Army, the official Pop Culture Philosophers Facebook group. If you're on Facebook, you might as well follow Pop Culture Philosophers there. We're also on Instagram. You can follow me personally over at Twitter at the Rockin Robbie. You can support the channel with a super chat or join us over at patreon.com/PCP, like these fine PCP patrons right there. I also do want to say super chats tonight will go 100% towards securing our booth at the Huntsville Comic and Pop Culture Expo for 2022. We've been there every single year. We got the booth. The bill is due. We could use maybe a little bit of help. And we will be doing a severely awesome unboxing. If we hit the goal of $30 in Super Chats tonight, we've already got 5. And each Super Chat will trigger one of the final Hellboy songs for a good long while. We are retiring it tonight. So there you go. We really do appreciate the support. Just watching, sharing, liking, and being a part of the show by asking questions and adding in your comments and analysis is enough. That's what we appreciate. What's coming up this week? Well, we've already wrapped up PCP Movie Night and Dylan's Horror Show for the year. But you can join me over at the EXP tomorrow at 5 p.m. Central Time. I'm going to be joined by Rex and John from Dynamite and Dynamic Forces. Speaking of Dynamic Forces, visit dynamicforces.com, enter Robbie at your cart, receive 10% off, and join us Thursday night for the Festivus stream. We're going to be airing our grievances, showing off feats of strength, and talking about our favorite pop culture stuff of the year. So there you go. Station, everybody, welcome back to the show. In this hour, we're going to be doing the DC Sneak Peek, spoiler-filled review of Spider-Man, and a spoiler-filled review the latest episode of Hawkeye. So before we left, though, we asked everybody, what is your favorite comic book publisher of the year? Let's see what y'all think. Let's see. Mike says, tie between Bad Idea and Image for Best Publisher. I enjoyed those books the most. Hell yeah. And we have Fable in the house. What's up, Fable? What's up, Philip? What's up, Cards fan? Card says AWA. Jay wants to know how many copies of Something is Killing the Children David Mack box set did your LCS order? I don't know. Probably just for special orders. Maybe 1 or 2 for the shelf. I don't know. I don't do the initial orders on the Boom stuff. Albert says Boom, Image, and DC. If I had to pick one, it would be Boom. Kaiser says not all robots deserves more love. Trade Paper Dad says Image, according to my 2021 pull list. Albert says Vault's in the mix too. Eric says DC for Publisher of the Year. What they did post-Future State and how they drove interest in their books was pretty admirable. Mark says, crazy to think that Future State was this year. It's been a long year. Yeah, it has, Bri, right? Albert says, I think it would be Boom, DC, and Image in that order. Ronald says, AWA's been bringing some heat. Randy says, Image, Boom, and Scout. Trade Paper Dad says, Bad Idea had the best quality books, but not the best stories. Brian says, Image for me, personally Crossover is the first book I crack open after coming home from the LCS. Trade Paper Dad says, Image killed it this year. Primordial, Geiger, Crossover, Silver Coin, Ice Cream Man, Haha, Noctera, Homesick Pilots, etc. Department of Truth. Thank you, Fable, for dropping the link to the Instagram and to the PCP Army. My bro. Hey, we got John Hammertime Holshoe here. John says, already started shopping to fill the mystery boxes for the show, and there is some big stuff going to be in those boxes. I'm going all out because we've had such a great community support. Hell yeah, John. That's right. You guys heard it. The mystery boxes at the Huntsville Comic and Pop Culture Expo are going to be better than ever. How much does the table cost? I don't know if I like to share figures. We're just asking for $30 tonight, but it's overall I think it's like it's It goes up every year. It's $350 right now. But we did collect some money last week. Yeah, they did sign Tom Taylor to a Marvel DC exclusive. My bad. They dropped a Conan reprint of the first issue. Did you pick it up? Yes. The facsimile? Hell yeah, I did. Hey, super chat from Philip Clark. That's 10 out of 30 that we're looking for tonight. Then we got an awesome unboxing that's going to happen tonight. Philip says, one time for 2021, Robbie. Though good, bad, and ugly, we're all here for one another. Station, everybody. Yes, we're all here for one another. Thank you, my man. Yeah, I saw that, John. I'm not gonna say that. Except for John says his favorite publisher was These nuts. Let me tell you about this little man I know. His name is Hellboy. He was sent to the earth some long time ago to save it or destroy. Brought to this earth by Rasputin, son of a demon and a nun who had a sex with the demon, oh, that was named by Professor Broom. Now he fights evil and monsters, and he likes the pancakes. Now he fights with a fish who's a man named Abe. Now he fights with a fire starter. R.I.P. Keith Flint. And an ectoplasmic mess named Seth MacFarlane. What? Oh, in the movie BPRD. We also got a super chat from our man Verno. We really do appreciate that. And we are retiring the Hellboy song tonight, but we're not going to do it back to back. So we are $15 more away from the goal tonight. Thank you so much, Verno. We appreciate it. Yeah. What you say? Yeah. Where Santa at? Santa dancing on the street. What? Don't you understand? He's also in the sky. Don't ask why. PCP and we coming with the quickness, and you know that we gotta bring the sickness. Pop culture knowledge for all your fitness. Let me tell you, you gotta get a witness. Everybody, what you gotta say? Everybody love today, cause tomorrow's never promised and you never know if it's gonna come, but we know that right here is right now. Don't you understand? We gotta appreciate the days that we live and tomorrow too. You never know what's gonna come. Christmas time, everybody with your mom now. Everybody, yo, what? Yeah, PCP, yo, we coming with the quickness. We are the cure for your sickness. Pop culture knowledge for everybody's witness. Yo. Thank you so much, Verno. We really appreciate it, man. Verno is going to be on the Festivus stream with us on Thursday night. I'm very excited for that. Why retire the banger, says Kaiser. Well, we were talking a few weeks ago, I think, and we were talking about maybe it's time to retire that and try to do something new. And I guess this is a good time to go ahead and tell you that starting in January, we're taking 2 weeks off after tonight. So this is the final week of Rockin Robbie Live in this iteration. When we come back, it is the all-new, all-different Rockin Robbie Live. It's not going to be all new and all different, but it's going to have a little bit of a different feel, but the same. Does that make sense? Anyway, I don't know what's up. Kaiser says, Vault for Best Publisher, Wasted Space, and Undressed Variants. Hell yeah, man. Hell yeah. What do I think about Chris Claremont penning a new Gambit series? Yeah, I'll check it out, man. I like Chris Claremont. I think it's good for Marvel if they're going to pay him. Actually, have him write a fucking comic book. I think that's a good idea. So, there you go. Right. Bars. Sorry, y'all. That was not my best work. I'll be honest with you. All right, y'all. We got comics coming out from DC this week. I've already read them. It's time for the DC sneak peek. First up, we got Refrigerator Full of Heads, issue number 3. I'm liking this book. I'm not liking it as much as Basket Full of Heads. It's a different writer. It's a different artist. It doesn't quite have the vibe or feel of the last one, but it is expanding the lore of this world. Like the axe, basically Basket Full of Heads was about this mystical axe that if you cut someone's head off, their head was still alive, they would talk, right? So now we got the follow-up, Refrigerator Full of Heads, and it's a new batch of characters, but there's also a new batch of weapons. So the axe is just one of 4, and they explain some of that here. So this was a really cool exposition-heavy issue, but needed, and it was good. Like, I like it, but it's not as super solid as its predecessor. Then we have Batman Catwoman, issue number 9. I'm just not digging the book anymore. I mean, Liam Sharp's doing a fine job with the art here, coming in as a fill-in artist, but like the story, the 3 different eras that it's going through, the way it's cutting across that, I have criticized the book for that, and I don't even know if I want to read the last 3 issues of this, to be honest with y'all. Artwork was great in some parts. Some of the ideas is okay in some parts, but the way that it's structured as a story, I don't even know if I want to read the last 3 issues, y'all. I really don't. Supergirl, Woman of Tomorrow, issue number 6. This was a fine issue of Supergirl. Amazing artwork and a reminder of the origin of Supergirl and the nuance of that origin compared to her cousin, Kal-El, by Tom King. That being said, this retells the origin. It does it in a rather nuanced way. Beautiful artwork throughout. But as far as what this issue actually accomplishes, as far as the story goes, very little. Once again, Tom King stretching it in 8 issues. The most exciting thing to me about his Killing Time Batman announcement was that was a 6-issue series. And I'm like, I think you found the perfect number. Then we got Wonder Woman Evolution, issue number 2. I did not like issue number 1. I did not like issue number 2. Super decompressed. Hardly anything happens. Literally, it feels like one story beat happens in this issue. The artwork didn't work for me. I'm not going to read that one anymore. Then we got Robin's issue number 2. I'm not going to read this one anymore either. It's not digging it. So all the Robins meet up in the last issue to have a serious discussion about whether or not being Batman's sidekick was good for them or something like that. And then you got this mystery. There's a coordinated attack against all of them by allegedly someone who she claims to be the first Robin. And you see that Batman's very manipulative about the pickings of his Robins and this and that. But it's, I don't know, it had a cool gimmick in it where it goes back to like, let's just say like Batman's case file on each Robin's first night out. And it throws back to that Batman Gauntlet story that I always talk about with artwork by Lee Weeks. So I like that, but I'm not digging the book and I just don't want to finish that out. Then we got Justice League Incarnate, issue number 2. Loving this. If you're following the whole multiverse, if you want to know where we're going into the next crisis, here it is. Joshua Williamson, Dennis Culver. So this isn't quite as solid as Infinite Frontier. Joshua Williamson's doing a lot of stuff right now. I feel like this is just meant to be a stepping stone. This is the second part of a trilogy, which is allegedly leading into the next crisis, which will probably be penned by Williamson if I had to guess. And I'm sure he's like gearing up for that. That being said, it's fun. I love these characters. This mostly is set in Earth 13. So like Captain Carrot's response to being in Earth 13 was super cool. So I like that. I thought it was fun. It's not the greatest, but I thought it was cool. Then we got Catwoman, issue number 38. This is Ron B's final issue. It's a solid issue. It wraps up all of the loose dangling plot threads very quickly, very neatly, and a very cool story that's done with artwork by Casper Wingard. The coloring, the composition is top notch. So Catwoman 38 was a solid finale for Ram V's run. Then we got Nightwing 87. You're going to hear a lot about this book this week. This is going to be a lot of people's pick of the week. I'll tell you that. Was it my favorite DC comic that I read this week? Probably not, but it was very innovative. This is the issue that we've been talking about, or that people have been trying to build up, where it's done where you could literally pull out each double page spread. It's all double page spreads. You could pull them all out and you could line them up, and it's one continuous image of a city going across, and all of the action takes place going along it, right? People are applauding this for being incredibly innovative and original. It is very innovative. Originality, it's there to a point, but Mike already did this on a Madman and Atomics issue, which I also liked, but the execution on this was really good. The story, though, it was good, but because they only have so many pages, there's basically like 10 pages because they're double page spreads, if you know what I'm saying. So it kind of wraps up and goes really quick. But the artwork is phenomenal. Y'all are going to really like this. This is going to be most people's favorite book this week. Straight up. So that's going to sell out. You want to get in on that. And then we got Batman One Dark Knight, issue number 1. This is all done by Jock, writing and artwork. We got lettering by Clem Robbins. This was a decent enough book. It's actually pretty cool. So it's a Prestige Plus DC Black Label Batman book by Jock. So that I like the artwork a lot. I really was digging the artwork. It's not going to be to everybody's taste, but if you know Jock, you know what to expect, and I really liked it. There are moments where it's just okay, but there are a lot of moments where it's very dynamic, and looking at the little bit of work that we're actually getting as far as the line work goes, but knowing how much work is behind the thought of where those lines are placed is absolutely spectacular and fascinating. The story is this. A big heat wave in Gotham. They're transporting this criminal who has electromagnetic powers from Arkham to Blackgate. So they're going across the city to transplant this criminal, and Batman's keeping an eye on it, and it's the hottest night on Gotham, and then a blackout happens. So Batman has to ensure that this dude gets across the city through all this blackout gang violence and get to the end goal. Really great setup, really great start. I dug it. I thought it was actually really solid. Yes, they're doing too many Batman books, but a lot of them are pretty good right now. And Nightwing may not be my favorite DC book of the week. I don't know. I have to really think about it because the way, the technique, the technical skill of that comic book makes it pick of the week contention. But, man, I really love the hell out of Catwoman Lonely Hit City issue number 2. This book was really cool. Very heisty. It's cool. It's Catwoman. She's a little bit older. 10 years before the start of this story, something called, what do they call it? Oh my goodness. What do they call it? It's something, it's not I want to say A-Day, but it's not A-Day. Fool's Night. They call it Fool's Night. Apparently Batman died or something. Catwoman was blamed for it. She's been in jail. She gets out. So it's kind of like The Dark Knight Returns, but Catwoman returns. But it's got a very distinctive Catwoman feel. So I feel like Cliff Chiang is trying to do his version of Dark Knight Returns for Catwoman, and specifically understanding that Catwoman's Dark Knight Returns needs to be different. Needs to be a little bit more of a heist story. They even make like Killer Croc more of a crime heist, like typical cliche character, but it works. The artwork is great. It's really solid. I thought the first issue was okay, but the second issue really blew me away. To be honest, I mean, the technical skill on both of those books is amazing. Nightwing and this Catwoman book were super solid. I really got to think about this. This might be pick of the week material, but the story that it tells is not near as interesting as the technique used to tell the story, if that makes sense. And this one Dark Knight is actually really solid. So that's what I read from DC. So there you go. That was your DC Comics sneak peek. So how are y'all doing? What are you looking forward to this week? I got some thoughts about this. I gotta think about this Nightwing book. I think I'm gonna reread it. Maybe like tomorrow night or something. But that's what I read DC-wise. There's other stuff out, but I'm just not reading it. So this is the last Rockin Robbie Live. No, not ever. It's the last Rockin Robbie Live of 2021. We'll be back January 9th or something like that. Yeah, this is not the last Rockin Robbie Live. It is the last Rockin Robbie Live with certain graphics, certain songs, certain bits, maybe. But it's not the last Rockin Robbie Live by far. We're going to continue doing Rockin Robbie Live on Sunday nights. We're going to continue doing PCP movie night. Some people thought we were ending that show. No, we're coming right back January 10th, but it's a Monday night now. Basket Full of Heads was interesting in a good way. I agree. I really like that one. But this is the last Rockin Robbie Live for 2 weeks. So we can say that. Wish I had an axe like that. Hell yeah. All right, y'all. If you got a topic of conversation, throw it out right now, because otherwise we're about to get into Spider-Man No Way Home discussion, spoiler territory. Which I'm making sure I give people plenty of notice, because I feel really bad for the person who's going to jump in who hasn't seen No Way Home right in the middle of that goddamn review. I'm going to go through the slides real quick. Yeah, Tim, I'm not going to give up Rockin Robbie Live. I've been saying every show is my favorite show this week because we've been wrapping up 2021. But this is probably my favorite show. Sing Oasis. Well, I'll tell you what, Mark. We got $15 till we hit our goal for tonight. 30 out of the 350 that we owe for the booth at the Huntsville Comic and Pop Culture Expo. Kevin Eastman is there. I'm going to try to get him to do an interview with us. I'm going to try to talk with him. So we need help paying that bill. We just need a little bit of help. We're asking for less than 10% tonight. $30. We need $15 more. If we hit that goal, not only will we get a badass toy opening tonight for the last toy opening of PCP Rockin Robbie Live 2021, but we will also be singing some Oasis. Mark's choice. Or whoever does the last super chat. So $15 more. We have a badass toy opening tonight, and I sing Oasis for Mark. If anybody else likes that, there you go. I was worried. I thought I missed the announcement. Look at Omar. Omar's already done it. All right, Omar. Thank you so much. We've hit the goal. So we got the badass toy opening. And I'm going to sing some Oasis. So Omar or Mark, what song do you want to hear from Oasis? And I will throw a Hellboy song out because we are retiring it tonight. And we still need some help to do the booth if anybody else is feeling generous tonight. But don't forget, we are going to be collecting money for the Human Fund on Thursday night for the Festivus stream. That's a Seinfeld joke. Thank you so much, Omar. We really appreciate that. Let's do it. Let me tell you about this little man I know. This is audience participation. He was sent to the earth some long time ago. Brought to this earth by Rasputin, son of a demon and a nun who he fights. Come on, y'all. I can't hear you. Now he fights with a man who's a fish named Abe. Everybody. Now That was better. Named Liz. And an ectoplasmic mess named Johan. BPRD. All right, Mark, I'm really, really sad to regret to inform you that you're going to have to pick something better than whatever. I mean, I don't know whatever enough. Unless you're saying whatever Oasis song, or unless you're talking about the song whatever in particular, which I'm not familiar enough with. But I got one. I got one. I'm just going to make sure I pull up the lyrics just to give myself... I think I got one. I think I got a good one. Yeah. And yes, Trey Paper Dad, wishing the very best 2022 to you all. We really appreciate that super chat, brah. Thank you so much. All right, a little bit of Oasis action here. All right, let's see what we got. This is for Mark. This is for Omar. This is for everybody tonight. Now I'm super nervous. Is it my imagination, or have I finally found something worth living for? I was looking for some action, but all I found were cigarettes and alcohol. That's right, everybody. 'Cause you could wait for a lifetime to spend your days in the sunshine. You might as well do the white line, 'cause when it comes on top, you gotta make it happen. You gotta make it happen. Oh, you gotta make it happen. You gotta make it happen. All right, one more verse. Let's do it. Is it worth the aggravation to find yourself a job when there's nothing left working for? It's a crazy situation, but all I need are cigarettes and alcohol. All right, let's do the hook. Bum, bum, bum. 'Cause you could wait for a lifetime to spend your days in the sunshine. You might as well do the white line, 'cause when it comes on top, you gotta make it happen. You gotta make it happen. Everybody, you gotta make it happen. You gotta make it happen. That's Oasis, Cigarettes and Alcohol, from the album Definitely Maybe, everybody. There you go. I love singing some Oasis. Oh, Live Forever? You want Live Forever? Okay, we'll do Live Forever eventually. That's my favorite Oasis song. I was thinking about doing that, but I didn't want to bring myself to tears. I'm just kidding. I don't know if many people know Cigarettes and Alcohol and over here in the US of A, but I know that in the UK that was more of a song. Yeah, the song Whatever. I'm sorry, Mark. You got it. Yeah, I can't do that one. There's certain ones I would be like, sorry, bro, I can't do that. I said name anything. Like if you said Acquiesce, I would be like, I can't do it, bro. It's too high for me. I can't do it. I do like that song, though. John says, last week I learned 2 more Oasis songs on guitar. Now I know like 6 or so. Well, fuck, we need to do a Oasis Unplugged then. You play the guitar, I'll fucking sing it. Let's do it. Thank you, Tristan. Hey, we got Bob from Everything Comics here. Hey, Bob's seen Spider-Man, so he doesn't mind spoiler talk on Spider-Man. That's what we're about to get into, everybody. But we had the Oasis break there. Hey, what's up, OUG? I knew the song, but couldn't remember the name until my boyfriend reminded me. Mark says, no worries. Thanks for singing this, man. Made my night. Well, I'm going to do Live Forever. Oh, shit. You're about to probably have to go to bed. Live Forever. How does that start? Maybe I don't really want to know how your garden grows, 'cause I just want to fly. Well, lately, did you ever feel the pain in the morning rain as it soaks you to the bone? Or maybe I just wanna fly, wanna live, I don't wanna die. Maybe I just wanna breathe, maybe I just don't believe. Maybe you're the same as me, we see things they'll never see. You and I, we're gonna live forever. Whew, I love that song. I said maybe I don't really want to know how your garden grows, 'cause I just want to fly. Lately, did you ever feel the pain in the morning rain as it soaks you to the bone? This is the best part of the whole fucking song. I live my life by this. Maybe I will never be all the things that I want to be, but now is not the time to cry. Now's the time to find out why. I think you're the same as me. We'll see things they'll never see, 'cause you and I, we're gonna live forever. Bow now, bow. Yeah, we're gonna live forever. We're gonna live forever. Bow now, now. Come on. Bow now, 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 now. Bow now, now. Bow now, 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 now. Come on. That's my favorite Oasis song, man. That was the first Oasis song I ever heard on MTV when they played music videos. They played Live Forever, man. Holy shit. That shit it's giving me chills, bruh. How about Whitney Houston's We'll Always Love You? All right, $10 more tonight. I'll do that one. But I only know the hook. Y'all don't want to hear it. I love Live Forever, man. Love that. Officially Unofficial Geek says, you can't hear it here, but I harmonize with you again, Robbie. Thank you so much. I needed it. I love how Robbie sings in a British accent and Whammy's an American. Well, when I'm singing Oasis, I'm trying not to I sing it like I do like Liam a little bit, but not totally, right? I wasn't going all out. Then I'd be like, I said maybe I don't really want to know. I'd have to put my arms behind my back and like lean into the mic, but whatever. Maybe I will never be all the things that I want to be, but now is not the time to cry. Now's the time to find out why. I think you're the same as me. We'll see things they'll never see. You and I, we're gonna live forever. Whoa, I'm feeling it too much, y'all. Anyway. I needed it too, Mark. Holy shit. All right. I hate to disappoint anybody that hasn't seen Spider-Man yet, but we're about to spoil the shit out of Spider-Man. So here's your spoiler warning, and I'm going to give you a station identification to get out. It's always like hanging out with the mates and chilling, Mark. I love you, bruh. Love you, man. All right, we're here to talk about Spider-Man. And not only are we going to be spoiling Spider-Man No Way Home in my spoiler-filled review, I am just super happy that I think maybe for like the first time, Big Herm's going to be able to stay in the chat because he's actually seen the movie. All right, y'all. Let's not waste any more time. It's time to talk about it. Spoiler-filled. Spider-Man, No Way Home. All right, y'all. Tonight we're talking about Spider-Man No Way Home. I watched it Friday. Had a good time watching it. Kinda. I went to a movie theater. It was the first kind of packed movie theater I went to in a while. Like, I don't know, Shang-Chi was kind of packed. But this one was more packed than I wanted it to be honest with you. Somebody brought in their kid. They cried through several different sequences in the movie. There were people using their fucking flashlights on their phone to find their seats and to find shit they dropped on the ground. That was rather obnoxious. The movie, however, was not obnoxious. If you're still here and you're not aware that we're about to have spoilers, I'm just going to straight up say, real quick, that I just liked the movie. I thought it was really good. Definitely worth it. It's one of the best movies I've seen all year. It is the best MCU film I've seen all year. That being said, spoilers are ahead. Spoilers. I don't want anybody pissed off about what's going on. I'm going through the slides pretty quick here, but here we go. Spider-Man is back. First thing I want to say about this movie. Obviously, if you're watching this spoiler review, you've seen the movie. You know the plot. Tom Holland is amazing in this movie. This is his best performance as Peter Parker / Spider-Man in the role. This is the movie where he literally becomes Spider-Man. You get what I'm saying? Benedict Cumberbatch as Doctor Strange. This is his best role as Doctor Strange so far. This was really good. His wig was bad, but he was really good. His accent was a little bit better. The way he worked with the kids, talking about the kids, Zendaya and the kid that plays Ned, they worked so well. We did sacrifice some of the high school aspect that we've gotten in Amazing Spider-Man or in the MCU Sony Spider-Man so far. We did sacrifice some of that extra stuff, just a couple little bits with Flash Thompson, but the camaraderie, the friendship between these three, that worked so well because there are a lot of pieces in this movie to make work, and they make them work, man. Straight up. Y'all know the plot. Basically, Spider-Man, his identity is revealed. He convinces Doctor Strange to help him cast a spell where everybody forgets, but he keeps fucking with the spell, and it breaks the multiverse, and all these people that know this Peter Parker is Spider-Man across the multiverse start leaking in. People like Doc Ock, Dr. Otto Octavius, Alfred Molina from Spider-Man 2. He was awesome in this movie. It was like the villains that they use in this movie redeemed so many of the arcs of these characters in such a nuanced way. Doc Ock was one of them. I absolutely loved his performance. Then we got Electro. Jamie Foxx coming back as Electro. Not the biggest fan of the Andrew Garfield, Sony Amazing Spider-Man franchise. Didn't really like him as Electro then. As Electro now, he's all right. He's decent. He's got a few little funny lines. He's got some lines that just feel cheesy and out of place. But for the most part, he's serviceable. Then we got Lizard. This is an image from Amazing Spider-Man. Straight up, it's from Amazing Spider-Man. I couldn't find a good one from this movie, but Lizard's in it, and he's there. So is Sandman. Sandman's there. Thomas Hayden Church is there, but they don't actually have him on screen until the very end of the movie. He's just this CGI Sandman monster, and they just asked him, I guess, to phone in his shit or whatever. But the movie overall is good, but it's all about Willem Dafoe as the Green Goblin. Let me tell you something. This dude nailed it. His performance in this movie is 5 you digs alone. We always said, don't give him the Power Ranger mask. Take the mask off. Just let him be Norman Osborn Green Goblin. He nailed it, bro. He is wild. He is crazy. And once again, spoilers. The moment when he kills Aunt May, bruh. That's the most gut-wrenching fucking scene out there. The way that he's contorting his face and all that shit, bro. Oh my God. He delivered it, man. He delivered it, man. This dude's 66 years old, and he delivered it. And it finally puts Green Goblin in the list of some of the best cinematic villains ever portrayed about comic book superhero movies. And yeah, man, we get all three of these motherfuckers in, man. Was this a surprise? We already knew about it. And yeah, shouts out to Matt Murdock being in the scene. That was dope. That was cool. We already knew that was happening. But seeing all three Spider-Mans, we knew it was going to happen. But when it happened, oh my goodness, it worked so freaking well. The movie, like, they didn't introduce them until after the death of Aunt May. We're at our lowest point. We're like, what the hell will redeem this sad-ass movie now, right? And you bring in Andrew Garfield, and you bring in Tobey Maguire. And let me say, the villains were redeemed. All of those movies were redeemed. Like, seriously, like, the Tobey Maguire Spider-Man movies ended with 3. Not the best ending. Garfield never really had too good of a chance. Let me tell you something real quick, y'all. This was Andrew Garfield's best performance as Spider-Man. He made me tear the fuck up in the fucking movie theater, man. When he saves MJ and he's like tearing up, like that hit me, man. Tobey Maguire, oh my goodness. It worked. It worked so fucking well for me, man. Like the movie has some flaws, but overall, the way it handled all of these characters, all of these arcs, all of this anticipation, all of this fan service, all of this bringing back literally every, like one villain from every Spider-Man movie was pretty much brought back from those first two franchise attempts, right? The first 5 Spider-Man films, all those dudes were brought back. Holy shit, it worked, but it has a core. It's connected to the MCU. It's got a core that's about this friendship between these 3 teens. And oh my goodness, Tom Holland delivers the goods. Seriously, that was our spoiled-filled talk. We're still going to continue this talk, but I'm going to just go ahead and say I'm going to give this movie 4.5 ya digs. What do you give Spider-Man No Way Home out of 5 ya digs? As y'all are throwing out your ratings, I will say there are some problems with the movie. First problem is this. It's not necessarily shot well, not necessarily edited super well. So there are moments when, I stole this bit from Chris Stuckman, by the way. There are moments when Norman Osborn is delivering some of the absolute best villain performance we have ever gotten in a Spider-Man movie, by far. And for the most part, in most superhero movies, right? And they keep cutting the fuck away from them. And the depth of field seems a bit shallow at times. So there are some issues with that. This movie is overstuffed. So it's got a lot to do. It handles everything well. Happy Hogan, Aunt May, their arcs. J. Jonah Jameson is Alex Jones in this shit. That works. It's all good. There's a lot to put in this movie. Everybody gets adequate enough space. Some people aren't as developed. Sandman, I almost said reptile. Sandman, Lizard, they're just kind of there to be there, right? I was kind of disappointed with both of those. More so with Sandman because there's so much more that can be done there. But it was all about Doc Ock at first, but the big thing was that Norman Osborn is the villain. I would have liked to seen a little bit more Norman. Okay? So there's that. Also, some of it doesn't make a lot of fucking sense. Okay? So when you really look into it, so Doctor Strange is making this spell that everybody will forget that Peter Parker's Spider-Man. Peter messes with the spell, it breaks, and everybody in the multiverse that knows that Peter Parker's Spider-Man is coming through. That doesn't work for me. That doesn't work. Okay, here's why. Electro did not know that Peter Parker was Spider-Man. Oh, Robbie, you're nitpicking, people will say. Okay, you're nitpicking. This is not straight from the Amazing Spider-Man universe, but it's a different version of that. That's what they set us up for, right? Kevin Feige and them were saying that shit. No, because you establish in the film that fucking Electro does not know that Peter Parker is Spider-Man. Because when he does see Andrew Garfield as Spider-Man there, he goes, oh man, from Queens, helping poor people, I thought you were black. Which was a great bit. But you acknowledged in the movie that he didn't know that Peter Parker was Spider-Man. So the whole idea of everybody that knows Peter is Spider-Man is coming through, that doesn't hold up. Same thing with the worst mid-credit scene ever in an MCU film, which is a fucking Venom bit, which doesn't mean anything, but it does leave a bit of the symbiote there. So now they have the symbiote there in the MCU universe. And there are ideas now that the Venom world, Venom and Morbius, their world is actually set in the Amazing Spider-Man world, and maybe we'll get to see more Andrew Garfield as Spider-Man. I wouldn't be against it for this. Like, This was Andrew's best performance as Spider-Man. Tobey has done some good Spider-Man. Andrew had a great Spider-Man performance, but never nailed Peter Parker until now. And he does allude to a darker Peter Parker where he says he went on not holding his punches. Really freaking good. So yeah, they're little, if you want to call them plot holes, we can call them plot holes, but overall it doesn't bother me because they handle all of the pieces pretty well. They give me an emotional arc. They give me Peter Parker finally becoming Spider-Man. Great power comes great responsibility. The way that they use the Aunt May character to tell that story over 3 movies instead of shoehorning in the Uncle Ben stuff immediately worked so freaking well. Because everybody's been saying, oh, we now at the end of this have a Spider-Man who knows responsibility. He's had tragedy by the hands of Norman Osborn, right? He's had his battle with the quote-unquote Sinister Six, if you want to call him that. Who was the 6th member? It was him. That's what I said. He was teaming up with them against Doctor Strange, but it all worked out better in the end. Here's another thing that bothered me. At the end, Doctor Strange is like, I can't hold them back. And then he's like, you could just make a new spell for everybody to forget me. He's like, yeah, I could do that. But I won't. Doctor Strange, if you got to protect reality, yeah, you got to do that fucking spell. Like, Doctor Strange would have done that spell. If that was all it took, it wouldn't. I don't want to sacrifice whatever. But anyway, I really liked the movie. I thought it was super solid. When they got together, those 3 Spider-Men, it worked so fucking well. Like the whole bit where he's like, so are you just going to go into battle dressed up as a really cool youth pastor? Or, with the Tobey bit. And then my favorite bit in the whole damn thing was Andrew Garfield when they're all comparing like what they've done. And he just goes, oh man, I'm the lame one. I'm the lame Spider-Man. I mean, I fought a Russian guy in a rhinoceros costume. Like, that shit was so funny. It was self-referential. You know what I'm saying? It was a little bit meta, but it worked. I really liked it. So all in all, it's got some problems, but it overcomes those problems pretty magnificently. I'm going 4.5, you digs. So now let me go back and see if I can see some comments here. Well, we did have a super chat from Mike. Want to hear the gasoline song. Okay, we'll see what we can do here. But let me go through some comments real quick, Mike. Sorry, Mark. Big Herm says Jamie Foxx was good. Good. Good is a good way to describe it. Williams right there. Electro is not supposed to be in the film since he never knew Spidey's ID. Yeah. Molina and Defoe took the movie to another level. Hell yeah. Bro, I was crying with the lady. Yeah, man. I was in tears a few times, says Bob. Bro, it was like, it hit me emotionally, man, when he saves MJ. And he's like, oh my God, man. That was so well done, man. Officially Unofficial Geek says, okay, spoilers. I'm glad I stuck around because I'm even more excited. People popped loud for Matt Murdock. Yeah, when Matt showed up, when Tobey and when Andrew showed up, there were applause in the audience. And babies fucking crying. Every superhero movie has flaws. You're not going to get away from that, says Bob. That's not true. Blade has no flaws, my friend. Come on. Blade has no flaws. All right, Mark's out. Love you, Mark. All right, here we are with the ratings. Big Herm gives it 5 you digs. Bob says 5 you digs for me. I loved it from beginning to end. Big Herm says it rivals Spider-Verse. Bold and daring. Kirby says 4.5 you digs. Yeah. Willem Dafoe is amazing, bruh. There are some moments there, where Willem Dafoe is it in this movie. He is Norman fucking Osborn. He is Green Goblin. He has lost his goddamn mind. And he is vicious. And he deals a vicious blow to Peter Parker. And the journey of Peter and what it takes. Holy shit. Philip says, I give it 4.5, you digs. I will say Andrew Garfield is still my Spider-Man. I think this story really brought out Ultimate Spider-Man. I'll tell you this, man. This made me appreciate Andrew Garfield as Spider-Man a lot more. This was his best performance as Spider-Man. And if they wanted to have the Venom and the Morbius world be set in his world, I am down for that. Give him another shot without Mark Webb involved. I think it could work. Because he nailed it in this movie. Yeah, I do have the tingle thing, but it doesn't work against bread. Bob says, Peter's motivation was always Aunt May. The scene in Ultimate Spider-Man where he dies saving Aunt May made me very emotional. For Aunt May to die in his movie hit me hard. I agree. How did Venom know Peter Parker? That's another fucking thing. They say everybody that knows Peter Parker is Spider-Man in the multiverse shows up. Why Eddie Brock and Venom? Doesn't make sense. 2 villains showing up doesn't make sense. There you go. Tim says, me too. Couldn't believe how casual it was. I can't wait for the future 5, you dig. So much to go over about why I love it so much. I'm glad they spent some time with each of the Spider-Men and didn't just wait till the big battle at the end. I agree. And it was a really great thing to do to pull the audience out of the Aunt May death scene, right? Like that happens and you're letting Tom dwell on this, his version of Spider-Man, and then you're bringing in Andrew. You bring in Andrew first, right? You reference the fact that he's not the most successful Spider-Man franchise. You reference that. Like, I fucking love it. He nailed it, bruh. You bring in Toby, then you get back to Tom, and it takes it takes Toby and Andrew to connect, bruh. Ugh. There wasn't a third Blade movie, Herm. How's he supposed to be the Supreme Strange? Yeah, I guess the idea is he's not, so where the fuck is Wong? Another question about the top 10. Jim decided to stop doing the top 10. So we discontinued it because Jim decided to discontinue it. But yeah, it was one of my favorite videos too. I love some of the callback lines to other movies, like when Willem Dafoe says, I'm something of a scientist myself, every one of those lines. Yeah, the power of the sun in the palm of my hand. My favorite was, can the Spider-Men come out to play? Did not like everyone forgetting Peter Parker instead of just Secret Identity like in comics. Overall, 4.616. Dude, that's the thing too, Philip. Willem Dafoe's Goblin beat the shit out of Peter Parker, bro. That was a brutal ass scene. And the way he was contorting his fucking face, they should have lingered more on him and not cut away so much. That's why I got to dock it. Some of the shit, there are some plot holes. There's some fucking obvious plot holes. You cannot just straight up say, oh, you broke the spell. Now everybody that knows you're Spider-Man from the multiverse is coming in. And then have people in that didn't know Peter Parker was Spider-Man. Venom, Electro. Like, and you literally had Electro be like, oh man, you ain't black. Like, bro, he just, like, that just confirms that he didn't fucking know who he was. Ah! But I loved it, man. Regardless, it pulled it together, man. Willem Dafoe was awesome. The tragedy aspect of it was awesome. Peter's journey in this movie was awesome. Tom Holland nailed it. And outside of all of that, it redeemed some bad movies. Spider-Man 3. Like, it redeemed Tobey and Andrew's Spider-Man stories, man. This was some of their best performances as Spider-Man was in this fucking movie. All 3 actors who have ever played Spider-Man since, like, the year 2000 and on in live-action film, Tobey, Andrew, and Tom, they all delivered their best fucking performances. Oh my God. I wish Bruce Campbell was in there too. I just hope he's in Strange. The other post-credit thing. The Doctor Strange teaser. You trying to excite me by tying in a what if, bruh? Come on. You trying to excite me by tying in a what if? Y'all, are we getting the multiverse that we thought we were promised? Maybe we are. Still too early to show a lot of footage, but they showed us America. They showed us her back. And they showed us evil Doctor Strange coming in from What If. Okay. Who cares? It's comics. I mean, I care, bro. I mean, somebody got paid a lot of money, Herm, to write that fucking script, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, okay, here's the thing. Pay me that amount of money. I would have done the same story, and I would have been like, but here's the thing. Everybody closely connected to Spider-Man at the time of their death. Fixes it. Fixes it. Fixes it. There you go. They get paid a lot of fucking money, Herm. Come on. That's a lot of money. There are a lot of people in need in the world, and somebody got paid to write a goddamn plot with, like, a very obvious fucking plot hole. That's all I'm saying. You're going to pay some people these money. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Yeah, man. Fargate, how about them? How about them Cowboys? 10-4, baby. Anyway. All right, speaking of spoilers, let's go ahead and go into the next territory. We're talking about Hawkeye now. We're going to be spoiling Hawkeye, the penultimate episode in our final installment of, because it's not the final episode, because we're not going to be here next week, but it's time for Shooting Straight. Is Hawkeye great? Loved it. Loved it. 4.0 again. 4.0 you digs for Hawkeye. I mean, I'm digging it. I'm digging it a lot. Like, this was a really great episode. It's setting up more of what is to come. It's dealing... Okay, so we talked about this last week. I've never been the biggest fan of the MCU version of Clint Barton, but Jimmy Renner is adding as much dimension as he can with the script provided for him to this. Okay? Kate Bishop, freaking fantastic in the entirety of the role of Kate Bishop. I'm really excited for that character going forward. Her story feels MCU Phase 1. That's good. A theory I had. Swordsman, not the bad guy. The mom's the bad guy. That's pretty much confirmed. Cool. We already down on that. Swordsman's going to get his shit cleared up. He's going to wind up coming back in some kind of costume, teaming up with Hawkeye and Kate Bishop in the next episode, which is promised to be the longest episode of an MCU show. And it better be, because after the revelations in this episode, you got to deliver us something meaty. You know what I'm saying? So I'm loving Hawkeye. It feels very MCU Phase 1. It's adding more depth to the character of Clint Barton. It's introducing the character of Kate Bishop phenomenally well and placing her to be a more interesting and relatable character than Clint. That's how you build a legacy character that you want to continue the legacy, and they're doing it very fine. Swordsman, when he comes back into the picture, that's going to be interesting. The mom, the bad guy, the reveal at the end. Spoilers once again. Kingpin, our homie Bob nailed it. He said Kingpin's going to show up in this episode of Hawkeye because that day, the next day, you're going to see Matt Murdock in Spider-Man. Bob, you fucking nailed it, bruh. He nailed it. And I was like, no, Kingpin is going to be the Mephisto of Hawkeye. I've been wrong. They fucked me up with Mephisto one time, and I've denied everything since. I was like, we'll not see Kang in Loki. I was wrong. We'll not see Kingpin in Hawkeye. I was wrong. So they're doing the Echo origin a little bit better. I'm liking the character of Echo a little bit more. She is not as instantaneously as badass as she is in the David Mack, Joe Quesada, Jimmy Palmiotti comic book, but it is working enough for me. I love the reveal at the end. This better be the longest episode of an MCU show because you only have so much time to deliver the fucking punch. You just reintroduced Vincent D'Onofrio as Kingpin. Give us some time. I am ready. I have not been this excited for the MCU in a couple of years, y'all. Seriously? I didn't really like Black Widow. Did not like Shang-Chi. Haven't seen Eternals. Loved WandaVision. Thought Captain America Winter Soldier was decent. Liked Loki for the most part. But I am officially super fucking excited now for the future of the MCU, man. Like 100%. Like, I'm digging it. I'm loving this Hawkeye show. It's not my favorite out of the MCU Disney Plus shows. I think Loki and WandaVision are better than this, but I think it's out of the shows so far, this is how I'd rank them. Top 5 MCU shows. You know, I said we weren't going to do a top 5, but here we go. Top 5 MCU Disney Plus Marvel shows. Number 5, What If? Didn't really like that so much. Number 4, Falcon and Winter Soldier. Number 3, Hawkeye. Number 2, Loki. Number 1, WandaVision. So that's what I got so far. Shooting Straight is Hawkeye great. Every episode is a 4.0. So far, and since this is the last episode of Rockin Robbie Live for the year, so we won't be able to cover the, maybe we should do I should do a quick live stream to do the final Shooting Straight is Hawkeye great. But so far, on here, the penultimate bit of this whole idea. Shooting Straight is Hawkeye great? To me? Yeah. What do you think? Yeah, maybe Wednesday night I'll do a random live stream for like 15, 20, 30 minutes. And we'll just talk about the final episode. Because I don't want to like just end it like that, you know? But I'm liking it, man. Let's see what's going on. Game Master 6500 says, I love the movie, talking about Spider-Man 3. I love the movie, but still think Spider-Man 2 is the best Spider-Man movie. Hell yeah. I still think Spider-Man 1's the best Spider-Man movie. But I think this is a really good movie. I don't think it's... I think Homecoming's still better than this. Homecoming doesn't have, like, some issues structurally. This one kind of does. And cinematography-wise, like, there's some issues to me with the editing and some of the lack of deep focus and... or just... Yeah, there's something weird going on here, man. I owe all of that to Chris Stuckman for pointing out what I was seeing. Yeah, I love What If, says Big Herm, so it works for me, but the Brock scene could have been better. I agree. Mike says, how about them Lions whooping some Cardinal ass? Yeah, Hammer Time messaged me earlier. He's like, what world are we in? The Lions just beat the fucking Cardinals. It's like best record in the fucking NFC, right? And like the fucking Lions beat them? Like, what's going on? I was like, I don't care, but thank you. Damn, Herm hasn't seen Hawkeye, so he dipped out. Bob says, Kingpin reveal aside, that scene between Yelena and Kate was next level. Oh yeah, Yelena, that was a really good scene. I forgot about that one, man. My favorite Swordsman bit, Officially Unofficial Geek, who agrees that Swordsman's not the bad guy, when he's like, there's been a mistake. I've never worked a day in my life. That shit cracked me up. Yeah, I'm going, Lohit, I'm going to, by the way, Lohit, you won the last Diamond, or Dynamite, contest. So, yeah. Get back in touch with them or me. I'll send them your address or whatever. No, I want to see Eternals, but I missed it. It was a long movie. I'm just waiting until it comes out in January. Probably one of the first Rockin Robbie Lives coming back in 2022. I'll be sharing my thoughts on the Eternals. After that Hawkeye episode, I was like, damn, Bob's right. Then immediately ordered my ticket for Spider-Man. Kirby, he was so right. I'll tell you this. I woke up and contrary to what I should do, I checked Facebook or I checked social media first, and there's a picture of fucking Bob just grinning. And he's like, no spoilers, but this episode of fucking Hawkeye was great. And I'm like, no spoilers? Bob, the only reason why you're that excited is because Kingpin just showed up. So I knew it. I knew it from that moment on. I was like, God damn, Kingpin showed up. I'm watching it right the fuck now. So I watched it at 7 o'clock in the morning. This is what I was doing with Loki so that nothing was spoiled. But I would wake up at 7 in the morning and watch it and then get ready for the day. But yeah, I was Bob just said it's like a selfie of Bob, and he's like, "Fuck yeah, y'all! This episode of Hawkeye is great." And I was like, "God damn it! That means Kingpin showed up." But it made me watch it immediately, man. I loved it. Did not ruin the surprise. Yeah, that's really good stuff. All right, we're about to take a quick break. When we come back, Marvel in the 90s. Then we're going to talk about the mystery of chess boxing. And then the PCP Movie Night 2022 reveal. Y'all, we thank you so much. Be right back.
Put a little bit of sugar, yeah. Got a little bit of gasoline. Put a little bit of sugar, yeah. Got a little bit of gasoline. Put a little bit of sugar, yeah. Got a little bit of gasoline. Put a little bit of sugar, yeah. Got a little bit of gasoline. Put a little bit of sugar, yeah. Got a little bit of gasoline. Put a little bit of sugar, yeah. Got a little bit of gasoline. Put a little bit of sugar, yeah. Got a little bit of gasoline. Put a little bit of sugar, yeah. Got a little bit of gasoline.
This is for Mike. Welcome to another crime scene. Yeah, got a little bit of gasoline. Yeah, I'm gonna set your place on fire. Let's get high. Yeah, I'm gonna set your place on fire. Let's get higher. All right. That was for Mike in his super chat. Got a little bit of gasoline. What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Rockin Robbie Live here at Pop Culture Philosophers. Last Rockin Robbie Live of the year. We've already talked about our favorite comic books of last week. Looked ahead at what's coming up this week, including the DC sneak peek. Did a spoiler review on Spidey and Hawkeye. And we still got a show to go, including Marvel in the 90s. The Mystery of Chess Boxing movie review. PCP Movie Night 2022 reveal, show and tell, and more. Let's do it. We've already had tons of super chats. We really do appreciate all the support. You can also join support over at patreon.com/PCP. You can follow Pop Culture Philosophers over on Facebook and on Instagram. If you're on Facebook, join the PCP Army, the official Pop Culture Philosophers Facebook group. And if you want to follow me on Twitter, you can do so at the Rockin Robbie Live. Coming up tomorrow night over at the EXP, join me for the Comic Collectibles Show with Rex and John from Dynamic Forces. Speaking of Dynamic Forces, visit dynamicforces.com, enter Robbie at your cart, receive 10% off, and then join us Thursday night for our 4th annual Festivus stream. At 8 p.m. Central Time, we'll be airing our grievances, showing feats of strength, and talking about our favorite comics, movies, TV show, pop culture, music, whatever it is, of the year. So how are you doing, everybody? Got a little bit of gasoline. Spoilers for Spider-Man and Hawkeye are now over. No longer put those in the chat, please. We'll let everybody get back in. It would be cool if Neo in The Matrix did an homage to Johnny Utah from Point Break. Like he said, damn, this bum knee. Yeah, bruh, I'm right there with you, Jackpot. Hey, Eagle Tiger Noel. I thought it said noise. Eager Tiger Noel. Sorry, the Teen Dog Shades, man. They cloud some vision and open up other visions. Appreciate all the great content, Robbie Station. Thank you so much. Y'all, this might be the last one. Let's make it count. got to make this one count. Everybody, let me tell you about this little man I know. His name is Hellboy. He was sent to the earth some long time ago to save it or destroy. Brought to this earth by Rasputin, son of a demon and a nun who had sex with the demon, but was raised by Professor Broom. Now he fights evil and monsters. Shit. And he fights with the man who's a fish named Abe. Now he fights with the fire starter named Liz, and an ectoplasmic mess named Johann. BPRD. Was that the last one? If so, it was pretty good. PCP. Yeah, and if, you know, we had a question earlier, why are we retiring the Hellboy song at such gold? Well, it's because even Big Herm's been slacking on the Joker cards. You know, it's time to move to something else. What's the next one? We're going to figure it out, y'all. We'll figure it out together. Speaking of together, I'm glad we're all here together. It's the final Rockin Robbie live of 2021. You know what that means. We got to do the most popular segment here on Rockin Robbie Live is actually probably the DC Sneak Peek. But the second most popular segment, at least in my eyes, is a little thing we like to call Marvel in the 90s. And tonight we're talking about the Marvel Holiday Special 1993 is what it says. It came out at the end of 92, but it's the way it works. Last year we talked about the 92 special, which was 91, but whatever. This is the follow-up. Great cover by Art Adams. This is a Marvel Holiday Special from a while ago, from my childhood. I reread it. Let's talk about it. Starts off with a Wolverine story by Larry Hama and Michael Golden. It's a silent issue for the most part. You got Wolverine just fighting this mess of shit. It just doesn't make any sense. There's some interesting artwork there, but overall, it just doesn't really make a lot of sense until you get to the end and realize that this is in fact the story of a kid playing with a Wolverine action figure. And I love the little homage to action figures there. We're about to get another one because the next story is Night Thrasher and the New Warriors. So this is by Fabian Nicieza and Derek Robertson. Derek Robertson of The Boys fame, who was the artist after Mark Bagley on New Warriors. And this is pretty much a set at the time Christmas story with the New Warriors. So it's Dwayne and Silhouette. They're talking about the true meaning of Christmas in a way. Then we cut to Speedball and Rage. And look, Speedball buys the talking Venom action figure. That's super dope. I have that figure, man. And this is really cool to see, to be honest with you. But it's a cheesy enough story. Firestar talking to Justice. He's in prison at this time. His greatest Christmas gift is just hearing her voice one more again. It reminds me of that Bad Brain song, Sacred Love. Then you got Richard, good old Dick Ryder, Nova, going and being nervous to go and talk to this chick he's into, and he winds up being invited to a ski trip, and then Namorita doesn't understand Christmas because she's trapped between two worlds. She's never been a part of any of them. And then at the end, they all gather together to be like, Merry Christmas, everybody. I love the New Warriors, so this is an essential comic to me in my New Warriors infected youth. Then we got an amazing Spider-Man story with the script by Stan Lee. It's okay. Spider-Man Mary Jane going out Christmas shopping. Electro shows up. He causes some commotion. Spider-Man shows up to Mary Jane's annoyance. Because at this time, let's be honest, at this time, Mary Jane was always like, why you gotta be Spider-Man? The police can handle it. Anyway, he throws the big Christmas star on Electro, overloads him, surges, but blows up, whatever, and it ends. But that's a really great image there. Look at the Spidey face in the big tree there. What is it, Rockefeller Center or whatever? That's a really cool touch. Then we got a Punisher story. This Punisher story is a weird stretch. I really do think that last year's holiday special that we talked about was a little bit better, but this one's pretty decent in and of itself. But the Punisher story was way better in the last year. So this one is interesting. So Punisher's after these drug runners or whatnot. He guns them down, and then his van's all messed up. So he's like, Microchip, I need you to finish my van, fix the van in a week, right? And so then he's like, yo, I'll fix your van if you agree for a few days during the holiday season not to kill anybody. So Frank reluctantly agrees. He goes out to find these thieves who are stealing from charities. He's dressed as Santa, and since he can't kill anybody, he's actually put this like poison that will paralyze you all over his body. So he goes this guy to punch him, and he gets frozen, and he takes him in. But that was a weird stretch of a story. Then we got a Doc Samson story in which he shows up to a Hebrew school to tell them the story of Hanukkah, about the Maccabees and their war, and the kids are always interrupting him. They want to hear something more spectacular, so he starts embellishing the story. He adds like guns and shit like that. Then he eventually adds the Marvel Universe so that it's Wolverine, Hulk, and Captain America that started Hanukkah, and the lamp and everything. It's a really interesting story. I really liked it. But the best story in the whole bit was this Thanos story by Jim Starlin and Ron Lim, in which he finds in his wreckage, while going to old hideouts, he finds the wreckage. In the wreckage, he finds a burnt-up doll that used to be Gamora's. So he has this Christmas story about giving Gamora this doll. Then an assassination attempt is made on his life, but she sacrifices her doll to save his life, and then he throws the doll away. But it's actually a really well-done story. It was the best one in the whole bit, to be honest. Then there's a story about a new version of Blizzard. This guy takes the Blizzard moniker, goes and attacks Iron Man, and Iron Man basically shows up and just kind of takes care of this dude because he's a scrub, but he finds out that all he wants is a job, so he offers him a job, and it's all good. Then there's an Ann Nocenti Daredevil story. What I like about it is there's a lot of post-born-again type references. I've never gotten into the Ann Nocenti Daredevil run, though I hear people talk about it in a high regard. But I've never gotten that into it because it's a little bit hard to kind of like fall into for me. It's a little bit indecipherable sometimes. And I felt the same way about this story. There's some nice bits in it, but it just doesn't quite work for me. But that was the issue. But before we drop out, there is my copy of it, the Marvel Holiday Special. I love the gatefold cover, if you will, by Art Adams. So the stories are cool. There's like editorials. It's a nicely put together package. At the time, it was $2.95. It was like just less than $3. The artwork really shines through here on the newsprint, much more so than, say, what you saw there on the screen. Let's go through there's some pinups in here. There's an Excalibur pinup because they're trying to push that book. So there's like a pinup at the end of each story. My favorite being the Dazzler, because I think it's a rather spicy Dazzler. There's the cheesy Captain America one. It's good, though. There's the Fantastic Four one I really like, too. What's this one? Oh, this is a nice one. Deathlock pulling the... That's really dope. Did they do anthologies better in the 90s than they do today? Probably not. I only really appreciated this because of its nostalgia factor. But then they do this whole thing about Christmas issues of Marvel Comics, which is a really cool resource. And then there's the Fantastic Four pinup as well. Really like that one. My favorite's coming up, though. There's a Ghost Rider one that's dope as fuck. The issue last year, or not last year, but the year before this, the holiday special had a really dope Ghost Rider one. If you missed that Marvel in the 90s, that will be dropping pretty soon. Here's my favorite, that Dazzler. That's really well done, I think. Peace on Earth, man. And then there's got to be a couple more. There's a Hulk one. It's okay. Looks like it's trying to be Smart Hulk, but it's not quite getting it. And then at the end there, that's really nice right there. I like that black and white bit. But anyway, yeah. Marvel Holiday Special 1993 is nostalgic. It's fun. Not as good as the one that came before, but I still enjoy it. And that was the final of 2021. Marvel in the 90s. All right, y'all. Anybody read that? Y'all remember when we did the last one last year? I'm about to clip that out. Probably tomorrow night after the EXP show. I'll clip it out, set it up to be Tuesday morning. That's what we'll do. Let's see what the chat's saying. Hey, Dylan's in here. Dylan! I was telling everybody how proud I am of you for your work in 2021 on Dylan's Horror Show. I love you. Holiday Marvel, love it. Love it. Yeah, hell yeah. Robbie, you're awesome. Well, you're awesome, Big Herm. I love you, man. Jackpot's got Doc Samson's first appearance. Hell yeah. Yeah, the Starlin Lim epic team up. That Synth Z, you're right. They're like that Thanos story is the best in this whole damn thing, man. There's some fun, weird stretches, but like this story is the best. It's really good. It actually goes deep in the character of Thanos, and like I'm pretty sure like Jim Starlin is very appreciative of this story probably, and I wouldn't be surprised if he let James Gunn read it because there's a lot of emotional punch. I did not realize that there was that level of depth about the Gamora-Thanos relationship back in the early 90s. This is during the Infinity Watch era. Jamie's in the house station, literally. I bought 2 copies of Squirrel Girl's first appearance. That's in one of these specials. It's like the summer special, I think, of one of these years. I don't know if I have that one. I gotta get my shit in order because I want to do a Cribs episode with TM Nerdy. But I gotta get my shit in order so I know which ones of those I'm missing. I think I might have that one. I might be missing it. And I don't want to overpay for it. Bob says, can't say I've read it, but I remember when it came out. Yeah, really great stuff, man. All right, speaking of Bob, I woke up this morning, had a bowl, watched a movie. What movie did I watch? It's the next in my Kung Fu journey, directed by Bullseye Bob. It was a film with, Bob, go ahead and get the info out there for me, please, if you can. Who it stars? Was it Simon Lee? But he's got another name. Was it Mark Park or something like the? I don't know the director either. Was it 1979? I don't know. But The Mystery of Chess Boxing. Bob's let me watch a few of these movies so far in which I start understanding Wu-Tang references. This was one of them. It's time to talk about The Mystery of Chess Boxing. So I think this movie was 1979. Bob will correct me if I'm wrong. But what it is it's a revenge tale, basically. It's kind of, I felt like it was, and I don't know anything about the backstory of this movie, or I didn't watch anything about it, because I was watching the Cowboys tonight, man. How about them? Or this morning, how about them? But I really liked it. Okay, so the main character, he's this very doofy kind of character, and I'm familiar with a lot of anime and manga at times, so it's not a surprising kind of thing. There's a big comedic quality to this movie that is really interesting the way it's juxtapositioned against the revenge aspect of the picture, especially since they're trying to hold back the information about the revenge flick for just a minute. But the main character, he does his job fine. He's goofy when he's supposed to be, and he's badass when he's supposed to be. And it feels like, to me, it's kind of like that Bruceploitation type thing where they're trying to like he went by Simon Lee or some shit, like, and it was like they were trying to like appeal to certain audiences and adding in that comedic and that action-packed dynamic, but it works for me. So he winds up, basically, we find out that he's just trying to enter the school, right? Well, this school happens to have a bully there, and he's like taking advantage of this fucking dude, making him do all kinds of shit, because the reason why he wants to join the school is to learn Kung Fu, so he can have revenge on this dude, because this dude killed his father. We also find out this dude's been killing a shit ton of people. Why? We'll find out in a second. But the moment this dude first shows up, he just shows up and he's like, yo, are you what's his name? Yeah, I'm going to kill you. And then he like fights him and he fucking kills him. He does that like 8 goddamn times in this movie. And when he first shows up, someone goes, it's the Ghostface Killer. And I was like, instantaneously, I was like, blah, blah, blah. Like all these things started making sense in my life, right? So there's a few teachers that this Simon Lee character has, and one is this chess master who's teaching him chess and kung fu. And then there's this cook. The cook was a really interesting character. The way he's teaching him things about the rice or whatnot, such a weird stretch at times, but Ghostface Killer, holy cow. All in all, I really like this movie. It was really funny. It had a lot of really great action. All in all, I'm going to go ahead and give this one 3.5 ya digs. .5 ya digs because I wouldn't say that the story was overall like very compelling, right? It wasn't like super nuanced. It was doing a very typical revenge story plotline, and it even hit it for a long time where like you're like, obviously you as the audience, you know before, like if you know a reveal in a movie like a half hour before it's revealed, that's weak. Like if you're a student of cinema, you can figure out certain things, but when you're just watching a movie and you figure out, oh, this is a revenge flick, this dude killed his dad, like you could start with that scene and build it up in another way. It's a wild movie. I really do like it though. 3.5 to me is still a solid rating. That's 7 out of 10. I like the movie. I thought that it went too into the humor at first before it started trying to get serious, right? But then when it did get serious, it kind of ramped up real quick and unexpectedly so sometimes. So like it's got an uneven kind of pace to it. All of the fighting is badass. Unfortunately, I had to watch this in full frame dubbed on Tubi. It's on Tubi. It's on YouTube. You can watch them for free, but they are full frame and they're dubbed. I would love to see this with the original, like, or at least the original, like, Mandarin dialogue or whatever it is. Like, the dubbing in this is really fucking bad. Now, I can forgive bad dubbing, but I just wonder if there's some nuance I'm missing in the dub. Aside from that, I did like the movie. I thought that it didn't quite go deep into the character. It withheld its plot too long. It relied too much on slapstick humor in the beginning, but the fighting was great. One criticism on that is that the sound editing on the fighting really kind of distracted me the whole time. There was a constant like cut, 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 cut. And I'm used to that now in some of these movies. Like in 36 Chambers of Shaolin, it works to the effect of that movie. It's part of the soundtrack. It's a rhythm. It's a syncopation of the film. In this one, it was a little bit odd, kind of threw me off, but overall I did like it. 3.5. I would love to see this in high def in the original language. But Station Bob, another banger, bruh. Another banger. Five Elements style, that's right. And the whole idea of the gold and Earth can consume gold, and that Earth consumes water and all that shit was great, man. I loved it. It didn't get quite deep enough for me. The fighting was badass. They're doing shit in this movie, obviously with wire work and whatnot, but like they're doing some really cool, interesting stuff. And the way that they defeat the villain at the end with combining their styles was cool, but didn't hit me quite as much as the end of Five Deadly Venoms, man. But I really freaking like this, man. It was a really good movie. I will still say to date, though, the best movie I watched that was new to me in 2021 was recommended by Bob, and it was Hero, starring Jet Li. Loved it. Yeah, the action and the characters are next level. Dude, Ghostface Killer and the chess master and the cook, fucking amazing characters, man. The movie is horribly shot, edited badly, and the script is not good writing. Hell yeah, Bob. Bob says, Robbie is now a true blue kung fu movie buff. If you like Mystery of Chess Boxing, you're in the club. Station, I finally made it. I've watched more kung fu movies now than I ever thought I would have in my life. What's the next one, Bob? Let me know. We'll do it when we kick back Rockin Robbie Live in 2022 on January 9th. I'm eager to know what the next one is. You haven't suggested a bad movie. 36 Chambers Shaolin, Hero, Fist of Legend, what else was there? The Five Deadly Venoms, Kung Fu Hustle last week. Holy shit, man. Great stuff. Yeah, that Five Element style, man, that's some good shit. The next one is Iron Monkey, starring Donnie Yen. I have heard a lot about that movie, my friend. I know of that movie. I'm really excited to check it out. Iron Monkey, Donnie Yen. Okay, I'm excited. Yeah. Fuck. I'm so excited. Man. You know what else I'm excited for? The Matrix comes out this week, y'all. I want to go. I'm about to go talk to Jamie and be like, hey, what are you doing Wednesday night? Are you in town? What are we doing? I got to see The Matrix. Got to see The Matrix. Oh, my goodness. All right, speaking of movies, Synth Z says, Iron Monkey is dope as fuck. William says, need to watch Jet Li's My Father is a Hero. I haven't checked that one out. I have, Hero was amazing. Fist of Legend I thought was okay. I don't think I liked it as much as some other people do, but I did like it. But man, Bob's sending me on a journey. I'm enjoying all of these films, man. The Mystery of Chess Boxing. I was like, I've never heard of that one. And as soon as that dude shows up and they're like, it's the Ghostface Killer, I was just like, bam, bam, bam. Like Steve Rogers is right next to me. I understood that reference. Exorcist 3. Greatest psychological thriller of the 90s, y'all. I'll die on that. Because Manhunter was the 80s. Better than Silence of the Lambs. Better than 7. I don't give a shit what Missing Link says. Though I do love Steph. Alright, speaking of movies, it's time to reveal the January and February lineup for PCP Movie Night. So we just wrapped up PCP Movie Night, a Friday night for the year. With Scrooged, we just wrapped up Dylan's Horror Show. When Dylan's Horror Show returns January 1st, we're talking about People Under the Stairs. All right, our patrons have already gotten this information, but we're going to reveal it to you right now. PCP Movie Night in 2022 has moved from Friday night to Monday night. So we're bringing back the idea of Movie Monday. Hashtag Movie Monday, hashtag PCP Movie Night, starting January 10th. What's the first movie? First movie is Brazil by Terry Gilliam. This movie is freaking phenomenal. I love it. I'm excited to open up the 2022 season looking back on this film. January 17th, we have Super Mario Brothers. Y'all, come on. we got to do Super Mario Brothers. This movie is ridiculous. And it's one of those ridiculous movies that we're going to revisit and see if we can pull something out of it. I'm excited for that. January 24th, The Beastmaster, Don Coscarelli. I'm excited as hell to revisit this one. January 31st, Small Soldiers, Joe Dante, classic of the 90s. February 7th, Blade Runner, one of my favorite movies of all time. We're finally going to talk about it. We've never covered this movie on the channel, and it blows my mind. We've covered it a little bit on some podcasts, but never in depth like we're going to do on February 7th. February 21st, Weird Science. Come on, y'all. Really excited to talk about this John Hughes classic. Denny Elfman's Oingo Boingo doing the score, or the theme song. We're very excited for this one. And February 28th, the first franchise review of the year. We're doing Superman 1, 2, 3, and 4. The 4 Superman movies starring Christopher Reeve here on PCP Movie Nights on February 28th. All 4 of them, baby, including Quest for Peace. Let's go through it again. PCP Movie Night returns 2022. January 10th, Brazil. The 17th, Super Mario Brothers. The 24th, Beastmaster. The 31st, Small Soldiers. February 7th, Blade Runner. The 21st, Weird Science. And the 28th, the Christopher Reeve Superman Quadrilogy. We now pause for official station identification. All right. William's got a really good question. Which version of Blade Runner to review? I am going to tell everybody to watch the final cut above all else. But we will be talking about the difference. So me personally, I'm going to be watching the final cut, the theatrical cut, the director's cut. I'm going to be watching all the versions so that we can talk about it. So I will encourage the excitable PCP crew, who's ever present there that night, to watch as many of the versions as possible, because I will ask everybody what their favorite version is. So basically, ultimately, I'm going to ask you to watch your favorite version, which for me is the final cut. So good question. Bob says, Mystery of Chess Boxing opened in New York in 1979 and caused riots. It was the longest running movie in a theater for the longest time. It ran for something like 36 weeks straight. I love the end of that movie, too, where he just rips that fucking dude's throat out and the movie just fucking ends. Like, there's no resolution. He rips the dude's throat out. Movie's over. I love it. It's so like fucking 30s and 40s. The synth is like, yeah, Super Mario, LOL. Yo, the Beastmaster, watched that last month or so. Still very cool. Yeah, very excited for that. Jay says, Sonic movie is still the best video game ever. Or video game movie, I should say. Blade Runner, can't wait. Yeah, me neither. Jay says, the final cut almost put me to sleep. The other cuts made me pass out. Okay. Mike says the narration is the best. Get the fuck out of here. That's like Stan Lee treating you, the audience, like a fucking idiot. Jesus Christ. Mike, I'm embarrassed by you. I'm embarrassed, but I love you, man. Happy Christmas. Oh, man. All right. Yeah, I've seen Freddy got fingered. Unfortunately, I shouldn't have. I've not seen the Blade Runner anime. Bob says, Final Cut is the best. Did I hear right in a previous episode, though, that you didn't like Blade Runner 2049? Yeah, 49 you mean. No, I did not like Blade Runner 2049. I did not like it. Oh, it's a bit? Whatever. Everything's a fucking bit. Till it's not. Then it's serious, brother. All right, show and tell time. So Jamie gave me my Christmas gifts tonight. I just want to show them off because they're pretty fucking dope. So first of all, she got me something that was on my Amazon wish list. This is a triple pack from Ryan Holiday. I'm a big fan of Stoicism, and he's got a YouTube channel I follow. So this is his books, The Daily Stoic and The Obstacle is the Way. And then it also comes with the Daily Stoic Journal. So perfect. I'm going to be diving the fuck into these, man. Love you, Jamie. She also got me one of the best gifts I've ever fucking gotten. She bought me socks with my cat Ariel's fucking face all over them, like in a very trippy, psychedelic kind of way. So these are socks with my cat Ariel all over them. How fucking cool is that, right? Got a holiday card from Big Herm and Maria this week. Hell yeah. Thank you for the support, y'all. I don't really get holiday cards from people, so this really warmed my fucking heart, man. Thank you. I appreciate that. What else we got over here? Pull it all. Oh, Jesus. Oh, Jesus. Oh, Jesus. That's too heavy. All right, here we go. Got this book, The World versus Todd McFarlane. It's all the details on Todd McFarlane's legal troubles with Neil Gaiman, Tony Twist, and others, but a really good historical thing. Speaking of Todd McFarlane, got a gift from Jay Strick. He got me the Todd McFarlane Spider-Man Omnibus. This is the solo Spider-Man series. Started in the early 90s. All of it in omnibus form. Very excited for that. I got Shattered Image this week. 4-issue miniseries. Kurt Busiek, Barbara Kiesel, and different artists. But this seems like something really cool to cover for Image in the 90s in 2022. Got all 4 issues. I believe it's only 4. So there you go. Was talking on Dylan's Horror Show about picking up some of these old versions of some of these X-Men collections so that they were more close to the newsprint edition. So I got this older version of Mutant Massacre right there. It's sucky ass binding, but the colors work a little bit better. But these ones I'm really stoked for. So this is Cable and the New Mutants with a foil cover. This collects New Mutants, let's see, what is it? This is New Mutants 86, 87, 88, 89, 90, 91, 93, 94, all by Rob Liefeld. Introducing Cable, building up. Then I got the Extinction Agenda. There's a little bit of foil there too. So this includes New Mutants issue 95, 96, 97. And I got this X-Force magazine, which is New Mutants 98, 99, and 100. So I got everything I need to get Rob Liefeld New Mutants before jumping into X-Force. Speaking of that, X-Force Youngblood, look at that cover. Look at that. Also got Prophet, Cable. Super dope. And friend of the show, Anamia Cosplay, just released her Vampirella retro reprint cosplay cover. They sent me one of these as well as the card. Super cool. But I mean, you're not going to top though cat socks, Ariel socks. But Brooks has been finding some of my old VHS and giving them back. This is my original copy of Clerks, y'all, from the 90s. And I got it back to add to the VHS collection. How fucking dope is that? I ever meet Kevin Smith in person again, he's signing that, man. I'll tell you that 100%. All right, that's what we got for you for show and tell. But we do got the final 9. We ended our first 6 with the Hellraiser film. So there's Hellbound, Hellraiser 2. This is the Arrow version. They're the European releases. I got them in the box set. There is Hellraiser 3, Hell on Earth. Then we got Hereditary, a movie that Mike was always trying to get me to watch. We did Cruise Choice last May and June. He picked this movie, changed my life. Love that fucking movie. And you know, we all like to joke that I love High School Musical. I'm not fucking kidding. About to prove that. Also about to prove how weird my movie taste is. Hellraiser, Hereditary. Then we got High School Musical. That's the first one. Remix has some extra scenes in it. The best one, which is High School Musical 2. And yeah, of course, I got the extended cut. And High School Musical 3. And yeah, I bought it brand fucking new. Y'all see that shit? Then, from High School Musical, we go into The Hills Have Eyes. I met Michael Berryman this year. A great memory. Then, we go into Hollywood Chainsaw Hookers. This has Linnea Quigley in it. Met her this year. So that was super fun. And then we're going to wrap up the show and tell for 2021 with this Hostel Director's Cut. Love this film. Me and Dylan covered it on our Eli Roth Spotlight on Dylan's Horror Show. And that's the final 9. So hell yeah. Dude, first 3 Hellraiser films were the best. Yeah, I really like 5 and 6 and 7 though. I really like those ones. 5 and 6 in particular. That's such a weird cover. Which one? The Vampirella one? It's not weird, bro. It's boobacious. Anyway. Y'all, we're at the end of Rockin Robbie Live for 2021. Wow. Thank you all so much. Like, this has been a great year. There was a group that formed in the chats of this very show. They eventually called themselves the PCP Army Bad Batch, a.k.a. the Backlog Bros. What's a Backlog Bro? Who knows? Right? Who fucking knows? But they have gone off on their own and doing their own things now. And are still here every week. Y'all, I just want to let you know, I am so appreciative of all of y'all out there. And you guys, the Backlog Bros, the Bad Batch, I'm so proud of you motherfuckers. Y'all are amazing. Y'all keep shining. Keep doing good things. Keep doing great things. And everybody in the PCP Army, everybody in the chat tonight, I love you. Thank you so much for the support. We did the last Hellboy song, y'all. How crazy is that? I just feel that this is an important night. And I'm glad that you are here. Anyway, we're dipping out. Keep reading good comics. Keep watching great movies. Keep digging deep to see what it actually is trying to say to you. And I'm proud of you. Y'all are worth it. We love you. Have a great holiday season. Happy Christmas. Happy New Year. We'll see you for Festivus Thursday night. Station. PCP, yo, we coming with the quickness. And you know, they go, what the fuck, man? I fucked it all up. Yo, PCP, and we coming with the quickness. And we got the cure for your pop culture sickness. Don't you understand all the stews for your fitness, quickness? Let me know your witness. This all the time, let me tell you what. We're gonna get inside all the fucking hues of pop culture. Merry Christmas. Anyway, what's up? We promised you a badass action figure opening. We went a little above and beyond our goals tonight. So we're going to go above and beyond what we promised. So we have several badass openings for you. First of all, this is Batman and Robin. Already kind of opened, but not officially opened. Batman and Robin set. This is actually a very expensive set. It got damaged at work. And I wound up snagging it for cheap. Y'all, look how ridiculous that is. You know we got to add that to the collection. Let's officially open it all the way. It's got a base. It's the worst Batman movie ever done. It's shiny. It's chrome. Come on. They got these ridiculous fucking weapons. Oh, man. I'm excited. In fact, I think even J-Strick might have gotten this for me. All right. So we got George Clooney Batman. Look at that face. You can't see it too good. Come on. Anyway, there you go. And we got Chris O'Donnell Robin. With the Nightwing costume. Chromed out. Batman. And got these two weapons, but look at that base. It's got the Batman and Robin logo, the little pegs for them to stand. I'm so freaking excited for that. Y'all don't even know. Thank you. All right, we got another one. We're going to open up a vintage Toy Biz Iceman 2 action figure. I love the Iceman 1 action figure. There was a clear whitish version of it that when you put it in the freezer, it would have these icicles form on it. And then you would actually and then it would cool down or whatever. And then it didn't work so well, or the gimmick was too expensive, so they recast it, and it was kind of like this bluish color. Those are dope. But this was always my favorite Iceman figure because it represented the Iceman of the time. And he came with these clip-on extra big hands. I'm nervous about this one because his head is turned in the package. I do not like that, but we're fucking opening it. So let's do it. Gives a shit. They're like, but that toy is vintage. Yeah, open it. Toys are meant to be played with. Oh, I'm so excited for this. All right. Ooh, it's sticky. Ugh, it's sticky. Move the head. Oh, the head is so fucking loose. I knew it. The head is loose. It's still attached, but it is loose. Loosey-goosey. It is gluey, gummy feeling. Oh, that didn't feel good. Oh, that didn't feel good. You got to open these figures, y'all. Oh, jeez. It is sticky. It is sticky, and looking at it, the color on the chest has, and the limbs have changed. Look at that. It's super blue on the chest, That's not supposed to be like that. It's all supposed to be this color. The rest have kind of cleared out. It's still a dope figure. But man, it is gummy. Not so gummy on the... so we got an exercise hand. These look dope on them. So when Scott Lobdell, or Lobdell, or Jobdell, if you're a kayfaber, this is when he kind of amped up his power level. That's a dope figure. It'll look cool, but man, I got to get some armor all on that because it is sticky, filmy. John says, those figures are actually nice. I mean, I hate the movie and the costumes, but yeah, the figures are really good. This is an expensive set just on its own. I'm really excited to have these in my collection. And more excited to open this. You got to take these cards. You can't keep these things on card, man. Like, if you buy them on card, don't open them. Open them, buy them already loose. I'll be honest with you. See the color change. It's sticky. It's gummy. The plastic is breaking down. That's what that is. These filmy bits are bits of the plastic. The turtle figures do the same thing. So they need to be opened. So my advice is if you buy something, Turtles, Spawn, or Toy Biz from that era, if you want it loose, buy it loose. Pay whatever you need to for all of the, if you want all of the accessories, but like it's difficult opening these things. These were cool though, opening. Let's see how the limbs work. They work fine. Kenner knew what they were doing. You can open a Kenner product. Toy Biz, though, man, this is sticky gummy. It's like Playmates does the same thing. Are we done? Is this the end? This is the end, my friend. All right, next up. I promised y'all a badass toy opening. I think we already did a few of them, to be honest, okay? But when I say I promise something badass, I really want to deliver. So for the final toy unboxing of Rockin Robbie Live in 2021, we're about to open up this Gunslinger Spawn. Which I shouldn't, because it's worth money probably. I don't give a fuck. This is for the background, and it was a gift from my friend Mike. So we're going to open it up. How does it open? From the top? Is that tape? Yeah, there it is. All right. Oh, tape there too. Makes sense. This may be one of my favorite new toys of the year. I have to think about that. This figure's so badass. Let's just say he's got a little bit of gasoline. All right, we're not going to get him completely out because he's kind of tied in there. But look at that, y'all. 2 guns and then the rifle holster. He's got 2 holsters right there to hold those. Hat could be a little bit taller, let's be honest. Right? If you read the comic, the hat could be a little bit taller. Right? It could go all the way up to there. That being said, it's going to be a fine piece in the backgrounds, right? Bless me. All right. We opened up the Gunslinger Spawn. We opened up the Chris O'Donnell Shiny Chrome Robin, the Shiny Chrome Batman George Clooney, and the gooey Iceman 2. Mike, can you take care of the gooiness of that? You got what you need? Anyway, that's it. This is the end. It's not the end. It's not the end. It's not the end at all. Mike even said, you drink that ting yet? No, we got a taste test coming right up, y'all. But I want it one time. We're retiring it. Let's do it one more time all together. One more time all again. Let's do that. Still see Hellboy. Damn, y'all, this is sentimental. Let me tell you about this little man I know. His name is Hellboy. He was sent to this earth some long time ago to save and all destroy. Brought to this earth by Rasputin, son of a demon and a nun who had sex with the demon, but was raised by Professor Broom. Now he fights evil and monsters. Shit! Now he fights with the man who's a fish named Abe. Now he fights with the fire starter named Blizz and an ectoplasmic mess named Johann. BPRD. Did he just say making fuck? Love that Joker. All right. Ting. So Mike got me this Ting soda that he is obsessed with to try out. It's a sparkling grapefruit soda from Jamaica. He asked me, he just randomly shows up the other day. He goes, "Hey man, you fuck around with grapefruit soda?" And I'm like, "Yeah, man, I like Fresca, I like Squirt." And Ruby Red Squirt, by the way, is my shit. He goes, okay. He brings me this the next night. I was like, I'm gonna do this on Rockin Robbie Live. So it's Ting grapefruit soda from Jamaica. You didn't hear the psst because I was checking, like when it said thank you for watching, and I was going out there and I just wanted to make sure that it was twist off, and it did. So it's fresh, trust me. All right, I'm excited. Mike really likes it. Ting grapefruit soda from Jamaica. It's apparently very hard to get, he says. Well, let me tell you something, Mike. First of all, you introduced me this year to Cactus Cooler. That's right. The top of this is supposed to jump up. I'm almost nervous. See if it works. It doesn't work. Oh no, I have to move it up. So it does that too? Man, that's gummy. Ugh. If it was a candy, I'd eat it. By the way, Cactus Cooler was dope as fuck. One of the best sodas I've ever had. You just topped yourself, my friend. Let's just say this. If this is Jamaican only, But I don't know what that means. Very little ingredients: carbonated water, sugar, concentrated grapefruit juice, citric acid, natural grapefruit flavor, sodium citrate. Prepared in Canada, it says. So I guess it's a Canadian soda. But it says it's a Jamaican. It's a Jamaican. Let's see what it says here. Simply the best. Ting when it comes to simulating your taste buds. Exciting and invigorating, also known as a real Jamaican gem. Packed with real grapefruit juice in every sip. Get ready to enjoy this refreshing beverage straight or mix it with your favorite cocktails. Either way, it's a Jamaican ting. I'm just going to say this. This was my favorite out of every ting that you gave me this week. This was fucking dope. 5 ya digs. This is a really dope-ass soda. That's way better than Fresca. That's way better than Squirt. That's the best Jamaican soda. I mean, that's the best grapefruit soda I've ever had, and it's fucking good. Holy shit, Mike. That's my favorite ting all year. Of every ting. All right, y'all. We're out. We love you. Have a great holiday season. We'll see you for Festivus on Thursday night. Y'all have a good one, man. We love you.